edition of the Sports Board. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host for the day, Tony, as Brian is on assignment. We have Zach over there at the producer's table. Zach, how are we feeling today, dude?
I'm feeling good. How about you?
I feel okay, man. It's Halloween, so happy Halloween, everybody. Stoked to have some candy later. I don't know if it was just the day of the Halloween, but woke up with a sweet tooth, dude. So I'm looking forward to some candy as we have Matthew Ryan already calling in. Let's hold back the madness a little bit here, Matthew Ryan, who still owes me a steak dinner, by the way. But let's get to the top of the show. Let's get through our first initial comments and stuff like that. But obviously, a lot to go over here. Elephant in the room, Yankees, tough loss last night here, in the Bronx, at home, Yankee Stadium. Dodgers are your World Series winners here, which is great. I mean, good for them, obviously, but, I'm sure we'll get into more of the nitty-gritty stuff, but much more to go over, including, previewing a Thursday night football game tonight, a lot of hockey to go over as well. So much to break down, so much to do on this very busy October 31st. But we will start with the comments. Zach, how do you feel? Want me to read these off? You want me to handle these comments, dude?
Sure.
You pop them up. I'll read them.
Perfect.
We got of course, Michael Buckta, top of the show here, says, "Hey Barnes, how are you doing today?" Wow. I would imagine that Barnes is, and I think I saw a comment from him a little bit later here, but Barnes out on assignment, golfing, probably driving the ball 400 yards possibly. So I'm sure, he'll weigh in his 2 cents. I don't want to speak for the man, but obviously a gut-wrenching loss last night. Buckner, though, happy Halloween. Did you go nonstop from John Wayne Airport to East Coast in August? I'm sure he did from the John Wayne Airport. Thank you, Michael. Next up here is also Michael Buckner following up here, says, also, have you been on 62nd Street in Newport Beach? There's a beach right by my aunt's mother-in-law's house. It is so nice where she lives, dude. Well, as I am not Brian Barnaby, I've never been to California or Newport Beach. I got nothing, dude. Kev Dude Taylor in the house says, let's go, dude. We want the smoke. Typical. Says, congrats to the Dodgers. Sorry to the Yankee fans. Just wasn't your year. That's right. There is always next year, World Series or bust. Now it's focused on NBA, NHL, NFL. Naturally, yes. I mean, I think now it is hockey season for me. Well, it's been hockey season, but obviously now for DCV crew here, it is definitely hockey season. Our NFL season's over, and we'll try to get to NBA. We'll see what happens. But Michael Buckner also. Are these all? Yeah. We got to skip all these. The Californian and relevant. Matthew Gabriel here says, what did he say? He says, Matthew Gabriel says, well, what's there to say, boys? We blew it. He says, right, and that's that. It's over. Followed up by a painful today, definitely. As I would expect, as you would anticipate, I mean, Matthew really said it the best, honestly. It was obviously blown there towards the end, and real gut wrenching feeling, even for me, even as a non-Yankee fan, as someone who was rooting for the Yankees, it was tough to watch the end of that game. Josh B, speaking of tough to watch, yo fam, what up? Rough night last night. Absolutely. My mother says, sorry about your Yankees, Brian. And then Brian Barnaby, the man himself, we'll talk about it tomorrow. But as tough as it gets, no excuses, but just got to remember this feeling and make sure it never happens again, which is a great testament. Brian Barnaby always that positive, upward and onward sentiment. And I mean, I would imagine that's exactly, what the Yankee captain, what Aaron Judge is saying, to his locker room, don't forget this feeling, of being this close. and losing it, because we're going to be here again. No doubt about that. And we'll get more into it in terms of what that team could possibly look like next year. But hey, I mean, tremendous run, especially when you think of some of the low points of the Yankees season to find themselves in the World Series. I mean, I would say, you got to be, even though you're not, because it's always World Series or bust no matter what. It still was a great season for the Yankees, no doubt. Matthew Ryan rebuilt the Yankees. He says, Michael Buck, they're freaking out. Where's Barnes? Is he in California? Oh, my God. Yeah, Michael Buck, good call. He's in California for the Dodgers parade. Good one, Michael. No, he's out golfing, golf tournament, which is probably the best place for Brian to be right now. Matthew Gabriel says, yeah, it's great, Tony, LOL, I guess in terms of the season. Matthew Ryan, I just wanted to call in and give my thoughts about the Yankees. Absolutely. He says rebuild. Let's not get too hasty here, Matthew Ryan. Like, there's really nothing to rebuild here. Matthew Gabriel, Matthew Ryan, you're what? Banned. You're out, dude. You're out. Get out, dude. Matthew Ryan, Matthew Gabriel, I am pissed. I don't want Soto. We could use that money for other pieces. You're shot. You're not calling in. After that's just absolutely nonsense. Maybe I'll answer your phone call if you call, but I don't know, man. Better what? Better. What's the next one? Better pitching, better first baseman. I mean, no doubt about the first baseman role. That's something that Yankee fans were talking about, trade deadline, stuff like that. Obviously, Rizzo, the injury, the uncertainties. I mean, what do you think, dude? You're the producer today. Like, do you want to answer it? Do you want to give him 30 seconds?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right, let's give him 30 seconds. Matthew Ryan, stand by. I gotta connect to the Bluetooth. Remember how to unmute that? Let's freaking go, dude. Take it easy, Matthew. Take it easy.
I'm heated.
Naturally.
What the fuck was that?
Yep.
What the fuck is that, Garrett? Like, you're an ace. You claim to be an ace of the team, and yet you're pulling shit like that. And Judge dropping a ball and all these defensive errors. Like, this is embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, obviously that's why, I answered your phone call here, get out your frustrations, yell, whatever.
I didn't mean completely rebuild, but like, I'm sorry. I don't want to pay $700 million.
I mean, in terms of Soto contract negotiations, I mean, you're going to have to pay a premium, no doubt, for Soto. That guy had a tremendous year, a great postseason. And there's going to be numerous teams involved in making him offers. So, I mean, you're going to have to pay a premium for Soto, which you should, Matthew. I mean, you really should, like you said, though, or I don't know if it was you. I don't even know. I mean, Cole, obviously huge brain fart there, kind of not covering first. Was it him? Was it communication? Was it Rizzo? Kind of a little bit of everyone, I think. Cole took a really weird line after that hit as well in terms of running the ball. He just started running towards, middle of the first baseline. But regardless here, first base is a position you want to occupy with someone else. I'm sure of it. Rizzo too. I mean, even his play at the plate, not great either. So if you had a first baseman, wasn't great by any means, dude.
I would. Torres is gone. Glaber's got to be gone.
I know Gleyber Torres is one of those interesting stories because, I mean, like, not for nothing, he was one of your better hitters in the postseason. He was a reason why you were in where you were.
Yeah,
but no, I mean, you're right. No, you're at the end of the day, you're probably right. I mean, to try and maybe milk out another year out of him, I mean, he's still going to be making those defensive mistakes, those stupid decisions at the plate during the regular season, like he's been. So, I mean, I would, Gleyber's position, and then Rizzo's position, you definitely want to look at. But I think, I mean, at this point, I mean, off season, tax number one is getting Soto signed. That I feel like would be your biggest thing you want to work towards.
I just know that's what they're going to lean to do, and I'm not. Yeah. This is what I would do. This is what I wouldn't. I know I'm not the smartest, but this is what I would do. I would use some of that money to get like better pitching, better first baseman, a better shortstop. Get multiple pieces instead of one guy, and then that would pretty much be our all season.
Yeah. No. I mean that's not a terrible plan. You really would, again, and especially in the postseason. I mean, look at even teams. It gets pointed out when you don't have a full pitching staff, a healthy bullpen, you do get stretched out a lot. And I mean, the Yankees did. They had to fight. To get to that second cold start here. So, an extra pitcher definitely wouldn't help. But I mean, it's interesting, Matthew. I mean, you have those roles to fill. But again, at the end of the day, you're going to have to sign Matthew, Ryan. You're going to have to sign Matthew. So I think Hal's going to have to sit down and make a decision how much money he really wants to spend here. Because if you're tying up Soto, you already have a pretty significant payroll already. And then you want to bring in more guys, 3 positions to fill. And, of course, it's the Yankees. So you're going to look. The fan base is going to expect to get big names. It's really up to that at that point ownership if they want to really spend that money. But Matthew Ryan, I want to thank you for calling in, dude.
Well, I think
finally, real quick, Matthew, before you leave though, prediction: Jets Texans tonight. What do you have for the prediction, dude?
I think it's going to be a blowout on the Texans end, and I think Soto is going to be a Met. I have a very strong.
I honestly, I think that's outrageous. I think him leaving the Yankees organization would be like a stretch, in my opinion. However, there are a lot of talks that I think the Yankees could potentially be looking at Alonso for first base, which would be crazy. How do you feel about that, Matthew Ryan, on the way out?
I think that's crazy, and I just really think Soto's going to be a Met. I don't know why. I think he's going to be a Met. I think
it's because you're paranoid. Thank you for your phone call, Matthew Ryan. Have a great Halloween. But yeah, I don't know, dude. I mean, listen, a lot of kids I know. I use the term kids, people, gentlemen, adults. And by the way, Matthew Ryan, I would say that was Matthew Ryan's like most like concise, productive, like meaningful phone call in a very long time. So I think, kudos to that. I know Josh B didn't want to hear him. I know most people watching probably didn't want to hear him. But hey, I mean, that was a good call. So, I mean, don't get too cocky though. Like, keep it tight. But I forget what I was talking about now. Oh, a lot of like I hear people. Soto could be it's like, or Soto is not going, and Michael Buckta, Soto is going to LA. I mean, listen, dude, I don't think that the fact that the Yankees lost in the World Series, I don't think that is going to mean like, oh, he's going to leave the team, and then just because they got beat by the Dodgers, oh, he's going to go to LA. Like, I think that's ridiculous. I really do think Soto is happy with the organization he's at. In my opinion, I think if it comes down to it, some other team has a higher offer out there on the table, but it's close to the Yankees. I think that Soto's going still to the Yankees, dude. I think he's going to stick around. It should be interesting to see what they do offer Soto, especially when you keep in mind, the money that Judge is making, which Aaron Judge's contract, let's see what we got going on here. 9-year, $360. So obviously, yeah, that's $40 a year. I mean, dude, I would imagine that is like what other teams are offering Soto. It's going to be something like that, like 10 years, $400 million, or 9 years, $360. So, I mean, I can see the Yankees matching it, but that's 2 huge contracts, dude, that you're tying up with 2 people. But obviously, again, you tie up those 2 players for the rest of their careers. That's fucking wild, or at least the next 7 years they're playing together. It's interesting, but we got some more comments here. We'll start with I saw Wawa Bing Bang. Josh B up there would say it's not your. Let's see, Matthew Ryan kick rocks. Don't do it. He says, yep, we got that. And then after that, it's not your what? It's not your money. Who cares? The Yankees piss money. The Yankees do piss money, but again, I mean, Josh B. I mean, it's been a topic of conversation in the past where it's just like, are they do have the money, but are they going to be spending the money? I mean, obviously, ponying up for the Judge contract, that was big. But the Yankees do still have to sign Soto. I mean, there's going to be so much competition for him. It's going to be crazy, but let's get to Lonnie here. Yanni in the house, dude. Hey, Matt Ryan, the Yankees tend to embarrass us fans in the playoffs lately. Have you been watching the games, or has your head been up Zach Wilson's ass so much you can see past the shit? Lonnie with the Scuds, obviously. I'm sure a tough morning for Lonnie, just like every other Yankee fan. But I mean, it seemed like Matthew Ryan was watching the game. Well, yeah, I mean, again, he was backing up, backing up on the rebuild thing. Just a few position players here, which is fine. Jay Bird says there should have been game 4 or game 6 tomorrow. Excuse me, that 15 was disaster. Jay Bird 047, you said it correctly right there, bud. I mean, you got to figure. I mean, the 5-run lead, 5 unearned runs. I mean, it really is like a colossal failure. Like a big blow up spot, like a huge blow up spot. And we'll get to the breakdown soon. Josh B. Interesting says so stays. Obviously, Glaber stays as well. I mean, that's the way Glaber's been, I think, with the Yankees. I feel like it's every year. It's like, what are we doing, dude? Like with Glaber Torres, and then it's like little spurts, little here, little there. And it's like and then he just kind of like pulls you in. It makes you think that he's going to do well. I mean, look at this postseason. He was doing well. So, I mean, he probably will end up staying. And again, Yankees history recently, the bargain bin hunting, they can probably get Torres. I mean, how much competition is there for Torres? You can probably, whatever his, I don't even know what you would offer him, but probably take it, dude, especially stick on this team to win a World Series potentially next year. He's going to be sticking around. You can get him for cheap and then focus, your money elsewhere, like a first base role. Buckta, what he says, he thinks you're what? I think Brian missed the sports board on purpose. Listen, Michael, you want to take a stroll down that road? You go ahead. I mean, it's interesting, Yankees lose, big loss. Brian's not here. What of it? Could be coincidental. I don't know. And then he says, what, Michael Buckta? We don't know what he is thinking right now. We don't know what Brian's thinking right now. I would imagine he's thinking about, I don't know, maybe whatever hole he's on, or maybe a Bloody Mary on the course, probably. I would hammer a Bloody Mary on the course right now. I would be so excited. I mean, those golf tournaments they put you at, not for nothing. It's so funny. The golf tournament that Brian took me, I forget where it was. It doesn't matter. It was a gorgeous country club, private course, beautiful day. And there was like a little like breakfast spread, when we get there. Little buns and turnovers and just like toast and bread and stuff like that. And people were complaining there was like no eggs or bacon and stuff. I was happy we were getting. So like clearly normally, so we got something like an omelet station. It's like, are you fucking? Like, you get to this golf tournament, you get like a Denver omelet and a Bloody Mary, and then you go play golf. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, live the life. Why don't you? My mother, speaking of living the life, says, okay, what? Okay, so he wants to change the whole team. I don't think that's the answer. My mother would be correct in that instance. And it's just like, I mean, again, Matthew Ryan went back on his word a little bit, but there really isn't a reason. Like, you're not rebuilding anything. It's ridiculous. You think Buckta, LOL, says Lonnie. Then he says, damn, Tony, just what? Just banged it on Matthew Ryan, and that was his most productive call. Dude is a quack. Am I a quack, or is Matthew Ryan the quack? Regardless, that's why I hung up on him, because he was, again, especially in that moment, Matthew Ryan doing good. The moment was coming of the significant drop off. The Mariana Trench of that phone call was coming up. So I hung up. He ended on a high note, and he can feel good about himself the rest of the day. Speaking of feeling good about himself, he says, at Michael Buckta, what? I can't see. I don't think I'm losing my eyesight, dude. I think he's going to New York. He's not going there. Michael Buckta, forget about it. Matthew Ryan, forget about it. Who's that? What do we got? Good morning. Who says good morning? Who says good morning to me? Triple Nine Juice, yo, what up? Good morning. Thanks for tuning in, bud, as always. And then we have some interaction between Buckta and Ryan, which is wild. Get the Jay Birds comment, though. Is anything of significance there? What mistake had a bigger impact? Judge's drop or the pitcher/first baseman error? I mean, again, it's tough. It really is tough to say, because I would say Judge's mistake was it was a worse mistake, because that, like, anyone could have, like, most, I'm not going to say anyone. It's a big moment. It's the World Series. There's nerves involved, but you're Aaron Judge, you're a professional ball player. That is like almost as routine could be. But I will say, in terms of looking a little bit broader in the scope of things, Garrett Cole, after Judge dropped that ball, he strikes out Gavin Lux, he strikes out Ohtani. You're feeling really good. Now there's 2 outs, And then it's the 2-out error by Cole was really what should have ended. That should have ended the inning, and it should have been fucking see you later. I'm in the dugout. But that extended the inning, and then they score runs because of that. So I would say the Garrett Cole. But that's a phenomenal question. I think Jay Bird having his best day as a fan as well as a commenter today. So I think the fan base is all time top notch today. And then Jay Bird followed us up with did you just commented twice?
Yeah, I think
man, Jay, you said the same thing twice, you idiot, dude. But he says hopefully a Bloody Mary. Jay Bird says absolutely, dude. Bloody Marys are so freaking good, and Brian does love them. But before this, Matthew Gabriel says he's talking shit. What's he talking? Says Matthew Ryan, you don't want Soto, you're really out of your mind. And then he says all your trolls in here, get the fuck out, dude. Matthew Ryan, definitely probably more tight than anyone, I would imagine. That's how I would imagine he's channeling the loss here. Matthew Gabriel also says he got us to the World Series, quite literally. Yeah, I mean, Matthew Ryan, but you're not like, it's like, what are you talking about though? Like Soto is like as good gets around the MLB. And if you give up on him, like there's no, we can replace him with someone. You know, you would need 3 players just to replace his production, probably at least 2 players to replace his production. So then it's like, how much improvement of the team are you really doing? And then on top of it, like you still have to spend more money. Okay. Matthew Ryan here said that. Sorry, Jay Bird. What does he say after Matthew Gabriel here? Jay Bird says it would have been what? Yeah, I know it's tough out there, man. Oh, we're freezing up, dude.
No, we're good.
If the world was run like a golf course, there would be no wars. That's a fact. Although I will say I've been on a golf course where they're backed up and shits get fucking diabolical there. Jay Bird. Anything else we got? Except we're talking shit. Matthew Ryan doesn't really matter. My mother says first base. Yep. In terms of what was the bigger mistake, my mother knows. My mother is like a real Joan Payson. Okay, right now. I think my mother's having a great day as a fan as well. And then Matthew Ryan, I want to the 8. He went to the 8. I want a true ace. Cole took a huge step back. Cole was fucking dealing last night, okay? I really don't care. I know he made that mistake in the 5th inning, and then they give up the hit, but the unearned runs doesn't really matter. I know it was really his fault if you want to pin it on somebody right now, but it was still a collective issue. You did 3 defensive errors in that inning, Matthew Ryan. 3! You're 3, dude. Like, it's not just Garrett Cole's fault, and he was pitching really well. What is Michael Buckner says? Wilmington? What is that? Jay Bird, I would say the great Cole. Garrett Cole era was worse because it was supposed to be routine. I mean, they were all supposed to be routine. Arguably, the Volpe era as well. Like, Volpe should have made a better throw. Jazz should have caught it anyway at your glove. Fuck! And then Matthew Ryan, you're done right now. Matthew Gabriel, what does Matthew Gabriel say? I just can't deal with the stupidity. I'm sorry, he says. Yeah, Soto is a must, dude. Soto is a must. The Soto is an absolute must. If you think otherwise, you must be evaluated psychologically. Listen, I would imagine that 67% of the population should be evaluated psychologically. Speaking of which, Jay Bird in the house says, no, what? No, Matt, don't jump. There's so much to live for. Listen, I think if you're, I think Yankee fans have a bright future ahead of themselves. I mean, I really do, and I think, having Soto around, having the fact that you've been to the World Series first time, 15 years, people are going to want to go to the, I think it does make a statement here. People are going to think of the Yankees in high regard again, and as a major destination for players. Michael Buck says, somewhere, I think, he says, Matthew Ryan would make a life in what?
I think he's referring to Wilmington. I don't know.
Oh, what the fuck is Wilmington? Do you know? Is that a place in Connecticut?
He said he says it's in North Carolina.
Why, Michael? But that's pretty much it. Caught up in the comments here, I believe. Wilmington, North Carolina, dude. Michael Buchter, you're freaking hilarious, dude. But regardless here, obviously a lot to get to. And I guess let's go. I mean, we've been here already. Let's just recap the full game. Let's go now to the world of Major League Baseball.
It's deep to left. It's 700. Albert Pujols.
Yep, what a play! Stop it, Yep. And Alonso cracks one. The Mets win the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Drove deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
Just like that now. The last time, 2024 season here. We're in the world of the MLB. And you already said it. We've already talked about it, obviously. Last night, the nail in the coffin really struck here with the Dodgers. As they kind of make it past here, the Yankees, they win 7-6 in the Bronx, game 5, dude. In what was a really crazy game. And we're going to recap it here. Tell you guys how we got to this score. And it really wasn't pretty. But again, you want to open up this game here, set the tone a little bit, meaningful to get to this game for the Yankees. We kind of knew making it to this Garrett Cole game, you have a shot at making it to game 7. So it really was, especially after that game 4 victory. The Bronx felt good. The team was offensively pumping. And you started this game out really the perfect way possible. Garrett Cole comes out there, dialed in, just the face, the emotion, the lore. Love it. Ohtani, first pitch, flies out. Betts grounds out. Freeman lines out or flies out, whatever. 3 up, 3 down. You feel great, dude. Second inning, Flaherty, we talked about it yesterday too. Even mirroring, the Mets series. Game 1 he pitches against the Mets here. 7 shutout innings, ridiculous. Second time he sees the Mets, couldn't even get past. I don't even think to 3, 8 earned runs, dude. Ridiculous. And that's exactly what we saw with Flaherty too. Still, having issues with control. Torres grounds out, leading off the game here for the Yankees. Soto gets walked, which is just, again, Flaherty clearly trying to pitch around Soto, making him swing. Soto, patient, draws in that walk. And then there's Judge coming up, dude. Judge homers for what seemed like after an eternity of not doing well at the plate. Judge comes up absolutely huge. First pitch, 4-seamer, takes it yard, right center, 403 feet, and the Bronx just absolutely erupts. Joe Davis here has a great call. Sleeping Giant has awoken, he says. And Joe Davis, we get into the broadcasting after we recap the game because I think Fox Sports does a terrible job. And Joe Davis and John Smoltz were a little bit unbearable in my opinion. But again, Joe Davis with the rare good call here, Sleeping Giant. Obviously he had that one waiting in the bag. And then what? You get a back-to-back homer, Jazz Chisholm. Again, Yankees are up 3-0. The back-to-back homers. You literally just could not draw it up any better, Zach. Dodgers get out of the inning. Doesn't matter. Cole comes up, and you're like, all right, this is a huge statement inning for Cole. You just scored. Got to have some good pitching. Just shut it down. Just make it feel like it's going to be a long climb to the top here. 3 up, 3 down again. 3 up, 3 down with 2 Ks here. So again, Cole was dealing the 4-seamer at 96, 97, locating high in the zone, and then it's the slider low in the way, the cutter. Mid-strike zone, just pinpoint, Bottom of the second comes in now. Volpe leading off with a double. And again, his narrative, the grand slam, awakening him, the rookie, shortstop, the fan. He was at the parade, 09, Jeter. You feel so good. Wells grounds out. Doesn't matter. Volpe's at third. You feel good. It's fucking awesome. Verdugo, single. It's 4-0, dude. Things are pumping. Flaherty out of the game. Inning in a 30 last. Absolutely crazy. And you're feeling so good. 4-0. Bonda comes in, struggles, walks, gets out of the inning. So you're like, this is great, dude. The bullpen for the Dodgers, exhausted. Flaherty out, no shot. And then I guess you can even look at the bottom of the third as well. Stanton home run, the Stanton home run, tagging on another run, dude. The inning leadoff there from Stanton, his 7th home run of the year, of the postseason, excuse me. And again, like that first pitch fastball, they're jumping on it. The confidence of the offense. You're thinking like that this is great, dude. And then, I mean, at that point, again, like we'll fast forward now to the 5th inning where things really start to go awry. Cole's in there. It's a 5-0 lead. Again, Cole is dealing. The strikeouts, efficient. I think after his first 2 innings, he was like 18 pitches, 15 pitches. The efficiency was there. I think he was going to go to the distance, which he did. But then we start having some defensive collapses here. And I mean, this is, a little bit of the narrative of the Yankees, I guess, when comparing them to the Dodgers, comparing them in the series specifically. It just seemed that the Dodgers capitalized on mistakes the Yankees had on the base paths, on defense, at the plate. And that's why things seem to just go well for the Dodgers, because they just played their game and let the Yankees kind of mess up. And I mean, that's really what happened here in the 5th. I mean, a real total collapse. Kike Hernandez, leadoff single there, nothing crazy. Tommy Edman, who again has been one of those, oddities in the postseason. You're batting 8th all year long, you suck. And then you're making great plays at the plate on defense, destroying the Mets, causing issues here for the Yankees. And he flies one out to center, shallow center. And I don't know. I don't know, dude. I don't know if he was checking Kiki at first, or maybe trying to, maybe thinking, Hernandez had a jump. He's going to try to go to third, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was possibly thinking. Maybe the ball was going to dip if the play off the ground and then they could play. I don't know. But this ball hits his glove, and it just doesn't. It hits his glove. His glove isn't open. It falls. Everybody's safe here. Hernandez is at second. Now you have runners on first and second. Nobody out. Yep. And honestly, like I will say it right now too, because I even was thinking it, because the Yankees are retaking the lead and whatever. But like the Yankees made these mistakes, but the reason why they lost is because they compounded these mistakes with more. And because they were out, like they were out of it. Like after this mistake, Judge, fucking don't sweat it, dude. Because Cole strikes out Lux, strikes out Ohtani, both of them swinging, and Garrett Cole is just so fucking locked in, dude. And it looks like nothing's gonna disturb him. That the fact that he had 2 runners on, the fact that it's the World Series, the fact that it's the Dodgers, everything that's kind of culminating. He's just totally blocking it out and taking every pitch one at a time, and he's getting results because of it. And he does get results, because he gets bets to swing on a slider, lone away, induces a ground out, and that's exactly probably what his plan was. But I don't know, again, what happened with his mind, what happened in Rizzo's mind. I don't know. I really don't know. I watched this play like 3 times, dude, and I don't really get what happened. Cole, just started running straight into the first baseline, I don't know. I don't know what he was doing, dude, because the ball was past him. Yeah. All right. And he's still running straight, and he's just pointing it. And then it was a late point. There was no communication. It was just, I don't know, dude. And Garrett Cole in the past has had a problem with covering first. He's made that mistake before, and he has stated about practicing it and covering first, and he wasn't covering first. And in my opinion, he should have been covering first. The ball is hit down the first baseline, a little bit deep here. Like, you cover first. It would have been a close play, but you cover first until Rizzo fucking calls you off, dude. Like, that's the play there. I don't know what you were doing. I don't know why you were pointing at Rizzo. Like, he should have been there. He was focused on fielding the ball.
Yeah.
And he still was, like, you're pointing at him. Your Betts is a quick runner. He's past you already, and he's still fielding the ball. And then, again, Rizzo just being focused on probably looking at the ball. No one's talking. No one's using their ears, or if someone is talking, and Betts just is safe. He's safe at first. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I know I kind of glossed over it too with the Volpe error, but even with that too, I mean, after the Judge error, I mean, you still got past that, you know? And that is, I guess, kind of more understandable. I mean, in my opinion, Jazz should have had that ball too. That was a tough throw.
Yeah.
Volpe, that is a rookie mistake.
Yeah.
And it's a mistake that's, that wasn't an easy throw. People, I heard people calling it to ESPN, like, oh, like we should have had that throw. Like, that wasn't an easy throw, dude. Because you have the runner in your view, and we've seen it so often too, where the runner in the baseline just affects the throw. And that's exactly what that was. He pulls it, bounces. Definitely made it a tough play for Jazz. So regardless, though, this Garrett Cole thing, I mean, it really that should be anything. But of course, it's not. They score because of that. It's 5-1. But the floodgates, the dam broke, dude. That was really, I think, at that point, you have 3 defensive errors in 1 inning. You can't expect a team like the Dodgers to not capitalize on that. And you were so close on making not. But unfortunately, the man after bets has been the Yankee killer all World Series, Freddie Freeman, dude. And he had, a tough at bat, but ends up roping a single to center, scoring Edman, scoring Smith. Betts is at third. It's 3-5. And you know what? I mean, like, the Dodgers are coming. Like, this is exactly what it felt like.
Yeah.
And at this point, like I said, dam broke. You can't fix it. Like, it's coming. Teoscar coming, ropes a double off of a slider that didn't break enough. Teoscar made Cole pay for it. And just like that, you have 5 runs scored right there. Which is kind of wild because those 5 runs were all unearned.
And all preventable.
All preventable, dude. I mean, you really you it's just brutal, dude. I could not believe what I was watching, dude. But again, nonetheless, because you come up bottom of the 6th, Cole, like the Iron Man he is, Matthew Ryan, continues to deal. After that 5th inning, Cole comes in the 6th, and it's 3 up and 3 down, dude, which is just ridiculous. The guy is an absolute Iron Man, ice in the veins. Nothing was really going to shake him. Does exactly what he needs to do for his team right here. Bottom of the 6th, you get another run here. Gratterall comes in, who has been so good for them, chomping on his gum, looking like a fool, but he throws 100, throws gas. So, but walks Soto, walks Judge. Jazz, fielder's choice. Judge out at second, but Soto to third. So runners first and third, excuse me. 1 out. That's what you want. Stanton comes in, does the fundamental play, even though he was definitely swinging for a home run. Flies out to center here. The RBI single. Soto comes up. Jazz to second. You're up 6-5. Rizzo walks. They bring in Trinan. Volpe grounds out. That's unfortunate for Volpe, but nonetheless, the damage is done. You're up 6-5. That's it, dude. Like, at that point, you're fucking stoked. All right. Obviously, you want to think about insurance runs, whatever. After blowing it in the 5th, you retook the lead, and then it's like, let's just fucking hold it. You look at the 7th here. Cole still pitching, gets 2 more outs here. Ohtani Betts grounds out, walks Freeman. What was his pitch count? 100? No, I don't think it was 108. 108. That was a good time, I think. Probably one of a good decision finally by Boone, I think, to pull Cole at that point. And Cole was tough. I mean, he was definitely tight about how the game is going naturally. You look at his face. I mean, he was spent though. Like, I think he put everything he had out there for sure. As a lot of the pitchers for the Yankees did. We'll get to that too. But Holmes comes in, walks Hernandez. We still got Muncy, so we're good. 6-5, 7th inning. Trinan comes in. And we got to fucking figure it out, boys, here, okay? It's the 7th inning here. But you can't be swinging at fucking nothing here. First pitch sweeper to Austin Wells, strike looking. Figure that one out. 4-seamer, he's on it, fouls it off. 0-2, fouls off the next sweeper. 3rd sweeper goes out swinging, Austin Wells. I mean, I guess he went down swinging. That's a tough at bat, though. Obviously, the sweeper, you just got to make contact. You just got to make contact there. It's going to be low and away there. And that's what he was doing. I mean, Trinan throws junk. He doesn't throw fastballs a lot. Throws a lot of sweepers, a lot of cutters. So you have to be on top of that. Verdugo here. First pitch sweeper down the middle. Like, you have to be sitting sweeper. All right. Takes that strike looking. Takes a ball. Fouls off the next sweeper. Takes another ball. 2-2. Sweeper. Strikeout. Looking. Come on, Verdugo. Got to do better than that. Torres is up here. Got at the third. Again, obviously Trinan has been so good for the Dodgers this postseason. The sweeper, diabolical. Top of the eighth here. Things get into some hairiness here. Tommy Kahnle in here. Leadoff single by Hernandez. Of course, Edman reaches infield single. Play too tough here. To Volpe. And then Smith walked. So what the fuck is that, dude?
Yeah.
Tommy Kahnle cannot be doing that. Top of the eighth. Bases loaded. Nobody's out.
Yep.
You bring in Luke Weaver, and you ask him, probably the toughest ask, I think, out of a pitcher in the entire season.
Yeah.
Bases loaded, nobody outs. First time in his career being used for 3 days in a row. And talk about Luke Weaver, who every time he pitches, he leaves everything out there. The guy gives you 110% every outing he has. You can see it in the emotion, the play, the results even too. He's been so good. And if Weaver were coming in with nobody on, a sac fly, like that's what you'd be trying to do. You'd be trying to get this guy to hit out to the outfield for a fly out, Instead, it's a sac fly RBI. Hernandez scores, game's tied up. And then the fucking catcher's interference, my guy. You have Ohtani there, someone who Luke Weaver, I think, was comfortable enough with attacking. We Brian and I spoke about it the past couple of days. Ohtani was someone who hasn't made a splash in the World Series, clearly affected by his injuries. Mm-hmm. And Roberts talked about it earlier in the week, Zach, how like if Ohtani could stand there, no matter how much what his health is like I make him stand there because pitchers don't want to pitch to him. Exactly. He could draw a walk. And so that is your thing right there, dude. Like just like hammer this guy, attack this guy in the strike zone, make him swing. And we saw game 4. That's what they were doing. That's what Cole has been doing, even in game 5 here too, attacking Ohtani, and he had nothing to show for it. Catcher's interference, Austin Wells, another fucking rookie mistake, dude, in a big spot. And I know it didn't really affect anything, but imagine if that was an out. Imagine if Ohtani ended up striking out, dude, or grounding out into a double play. So fucking tough, dude. So regardless here, he reaches, catches interference, bases are back to being loaded, and then, one out, Betts, sac fly, and he fucking takes the lead, and they take the lead, dude. So, and there's really, again, 2 outs that would normally be fine for Luke Weaver if it wasn't for Kahnle's woes here. And then he strikes out Freeman. Gets him out of the inning on some great pitches, by the way. A couple 4-seamers and then the changeup. Great combo there. And then, so we go to the 8th here. Bottom of the 8th is interesting because Trinan's back in here, but you're feeling good because it's like your fucking murderer's row here. It's Soto, Judge, Jazz, Stanton. You guys are up and you're pretty pumped about it. Soto grounds out off the sweeper. Judge doubles to left off the sweeper. Great hit. And then Jazz walked. Like, let's fucking go. Way to be patient. Trinan looks shook. Honestly, because he's been pitching a lot this postseason as well, specifically against the Yankees. Yeah. And to get through Soto and Judge, and the Jazz walk, he was tight. Even giving him that double off of Judge, he said, fuck. Okay, dude. So, that was tough there. Jazz walks, but then Stanton, trying to hit the home run, be the hero, flies out, sinker, which is great on Trinan, I suppose. And then Rizzo strikes out on a sweeper that was, 2 feet in front of the plate, dude. Yeah. Fuck Rizzo. Like, come on, man. Like, you're supposed to be the veteran. You're supposed to be the guy that comes with a big hit in that moment. You weren't. You had a runner in scoring position, and you left him stranded there. And at that point, dude, it kind of felt like it would take close to a miracle to get something going.
Yeah.
And Luke Weaver comes out in the 9th. you know, I mean, he's fucking donezo, dude. Like he's so gassed.
Spent.
Gives up a single, gets Max Muncy to fly out, walks Hernandez, 2 on, 1 out. Leiter comes in, strikeout Edman, Smith grounds out, gets the job done. Here it is, bottom of the 9th. Walker fucking Buehler comes in, dude. And it's like, the situation is so tough because you kind of have to take almost like everything you know about like that pitcher out of your head.
Yeah.
Because although Buehler's been used, in situations like this in the past for the Dodgers, but you're thinking like, all right, he's been injured all year. He's pitched a lot in the postseason, short rest. But that, again, all that goes out the window because all he knows is he needs 3 outs and he's going to throw the best fucking pitches he can for 1 inning, dude. So like, it doesn't matter if he's pitching on short days rest. Doesn't matter if he's been on a pitch count. Doesn't matter if he's been injured. He's going to be throwing gas. He knows it's just for an inning. And he knows if he throws the best, 9 pitches he can right now, he could get the win awards, So it's that mentality that Walker Buehler has. And I mean, it's that mentality he keeps. And at that moment it's just not, it feels so far out of grasp, even though it's 1 run and any hit could tie up the game. But Buehler was, prime Walker Buehler. I mean, he's throwing that knuckle curve, throwing that 4-seamer, and he's making it look easy. I'm not gonna lie. Volpe looked kind of interesting. He was struggling a little bit. Knuckle curve didn't really seem like it was there. But Volpe ends up swinging on it, grounds out, and then Wells strikes out on the knuckle curve. And that was when it seemed like Buehler was comfortable with that knuckle curve on that strikeout. And then you had Verdugo in, and it was first pitch ball, too low, and then it was the cutter, and then it was back-to-back knuckle curves for strikes, and then it was Verdugo out. So, I mean, that, especially that last pitch, it just felt like no matter what Verdugo was swinging, like no matter what that pitch was. And then that's it. Dodgers win. And really what was, I mean, I hate to say like one of the toughest collapses I've seen in a World Series, but it kind of, it was a little bit, dude. I really thought like Yankees up 5-0, humming. Literally in my head, it was Game 7, like in LA, was what we were going to see. And it was going to be probably one of the craziest Game 7s we would experience. Probably, honestly, in my lifetime, in my like recent lifetime, I would say, in my like adult life.
Yeah.
But it's crazy, dude. I mean, Dodgers were that team, though. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, obviously, Yankees are a team that were making those defensive mistakes all year long. And I mean, that's what caught up to them in the biggest moment. And I mean, and that's what baseball does to teams. That's why it's a long season. That's why it's a 7-game series. That's why the postseason is as long as it is. Because baseball is meant to accentuate your errors. That's what baseball is all about. And at the end of the day, that's what happened. I think the better team did win here. And I mean, the Dodgers were making history all postseason long.
Yeah.
Obviously, the storyline was huge for Ohtani, first time playing meaningful baseball. The last World Series they won was during COVID. Kind of seemed empty. I don't even think they had a parade. I don't even know.
I don't think they did.
I don't think they did. It was COVID, so it just seemed like it was time. The Dodgers through this postseason, knocking out the Padres to start off. I mean, that was crazy. Everybody was saying it too. Who would you rather play? I'd rather play the Dodgers. The Padres are fucking nasty. Oh my God. Dodgers beat them. They beat the Mets, dude. They scored the most amount of runs in CS history doing it. And then here, first team, World Series history, coming back down from 5 runs or more. They're a team that made history this season, continue to make history in this postseason, in this World Series win, in really crazy fashion. Another crazy stat that Rick DiPietro said on the ESPN this morning, Garrett Cole, in games where he had 4 or more runs scored for his team, 44-1 career. Like absolutely, it really is. It's crazy. This game is. It's one of those wins that does defy odds clearly. And I mean, you just got at that point, just tip your hat to the Dodgers. They had a crazy rally. Freddie Freeman, with like one of the best postseason performances ever.
Probably in my lifetime.
Yeah,
I've ever seen.
I could think Daniel Murphy, but
Yeah.
I mean Freeman won, so like that obviously beats it out at this
Yeah.
point because it went longer. So like it absolutely ridiculous. And to show up in the World Series like this, I mean ridiculous. And that guy has, I mean, he had one of the greatest regular seasons you'll see as well. I mean, the average, the production, the defense. It's just, I mean, he's just an all around top notch player. You got to tip your cap to him. Roberts, I don't like him. Dave Roberts, I don't think he's a great manager, but you got to give him, again, some credit. He fucking, with the limited pitching, he navigated a very long postseason, dude.
Yeah.
And I mean, he relied on a lot of guys. You know, like he could have not started Otani. Like he could have been like, "Hey, Otani, you're fucking hurt. Like I'm not
You're done.
Like I can't. Like you're holding. You can't even. Like what are we doing? You know." But they gutted it out. Whatever he did, bottom of the lineup showed up. And I mean, your pitching showed up. I mean, the fact that Walker Buehler was pitching so well is ridiculous. The fact that Flaherty was at least giving you a game of good baseball, of good pitching, is ridiculous. Because these pitchers were not around in the regular season, you know?
Yeah.
And to not have Glass now, to not have fucking Kershaw. Like ridiculous. Crazy. And that they were able to shut down, you know, offenses like the Padres, like the Yankees, like the Mets, you know, who are hot obviously at the postseason time. So it really is like it's crazy, dude. I can't imagine what it feels like, honestly, to be, you know, a Yankee fan and seeing your team lose in this fashion, like in the Bronx, and definitely is, you know, going to be a sour time upcoming for Yankee fans. But I mean, you guys do have, you know, a great roster. I mean, the Dodgers were just that team this year.
Yeah.
They had just so much firepower, so many things going for them. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to harp on it too much because I mean, again, I mean, if it was the Mets and this was a scenario, I mean, this was the Mets.
Yeah,
this was the scenario.
It was us,
and I felt the same way. You know, like I felt a very similar fashion.
Yeah.
Whereas it just seemed like it's possible, it's within your grasp, but your team blows it. Your guys are the ones that are losing the game out there, not necessarily the Dodgers winning. You know, you open the door and they fucking kicked it in, you know, sort of deal. So I mean that is that, you know, there's really not much more left to say. What a fucking whirlwind of a season, Zach.
Yeah, definitely.
I will say, especially as and we didn't even really get to talk about the Mets getting knocked out, to be honest, which is gut wrenching. It does suck.
Yeah. But I feel like we're going in the right direction.
I mean, you got to feel that way if you're a Mets fan, because the team, you know, went beyond expectations, and you know, a lot of guys that were being questioned, a lot of big names on the team that were being questioned in terms of what their future would look like.
Yeah,
you're looking at Lindor specifically. I think proved that he could be that guy that can lead a team to the World Series, can be a great clubhouse guy, to be one of the better players in the league.
Yeah.
There's just so much questions going on though for the Mets. I mean,
see,
I don't know if I'm comparing these two rosters, Mets and Yankees. I'm a Yankees fan. I feel a lot more confident in the roster. I mean, rightfully so. I mean, the Yankees are always more confident in their roster every year, but you have so many, like, you know, I think the Mets just have so many more variables.
Yeah.
You know, the Yankees, again, I'm not going to assume, you're probably going to get Soto. I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to operate as if it is, but you're probably going to get him. You obviously have Judge. You're going to have Stanton. You're going to have Volpe another year under his belt with postseason experience. Like next year in that role, like Volpe's making a better throw. You know, Volpe is going to be more productive. You know, like like he's going to be a superstar next year. Like no doubt. Like it's in his blood. You know, this is just tip of the iceberg for Volpe. And even Wells too. I mean, he has the opportunity. He showed up in big moments. He had that big home run in game 4, right? He had the home run in game 4.
I believe so. Yeah.
I think he did. So I mean, you know, it was there. You know, Mets don't really have that. I mean, obviously, in my opinion, Alvarez is kind of going to be a question mark. You got to stay healthy. You got to be consistent.
Yeah, he really struggled at the end there.
Yeah, dude. Like he wasn't good.
No.
Obviously, the biggest question mark is going to be who's your first baseman next year.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know what that's going to look like.
I don't either, to be honest. They've been very like bleak about the whole thing. Really no certainty there about who they're gonna.
No,
they're just not.
And it's like, oh, David Stearns, Pete Alonso, we have to keep him.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm sure you would, but
dude.
like that's not realistic.
That
You know what I
means
mean? For the money he's asking for.
Gats,
Yeah.
dude, you know, like what the hell does that mean? And he can't be asking too much fucking money. That
No.
guy.
No, I know he did great at the end of the year, and
Yeah, but I don't give a fuck, dude.
but you got to look at the whole
picture
here.
And then you know what? If you like had 2 home runs to force a game 7, and then we win game 7, like because of you, maybe, then I'd be like, all right, maybe we could think about paying this man.
Yeah.
But you didn't even get us there.
No.
You know?
No, he didn't. He really didn't get us there. It was on the backs of guys who weren't even supposed to be there at the beginning of the season, mostly.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
it was on the backs of exactly guys that weren't supposed to be there. Iglesias.
Yeah.
You know, even though Taylor wasn't great, he had clutch hits.
Very clutch down the stretch.
You know, Nimmo was great. Obviously, Lindor coming up huge. Vientos was huge for us in the postseason as well. That's a guy I can look at and be like, yo, Mark Vientos, he fucking figured himself out this year.
Yeah.
I'm pumped for his next season.
Definitely.
I do feel very bad for Brett Beatty, but you know what? Fucking trade him, dude.
I think people will want him.
Yeah,
he still has that like potential factor. So like, if you wanted to get rid of him now would be the time.
People forget like he was starting over Vientos.
Yeah,
Vientos was dead in the water.
They didn't really want Vientos to start. Like Vientos had to push his way in. I remember he walked off, and they still didn't start him after that. They still had Beatty. He really had to push.
Beatty got injured.
I think so.
I think it was an injury that sent him down.
And then they finally relented and let him
and then he started doing well. And then it's like, all right, Beatty, like
you're done.
You weren't doing great, and then you were hurt. So like now at this point you can't. But like you said too, like it was like it started off like, all right, like you can sub in for JD.
Yeah.
He's on paternity leave, so I guess you could go in there.
Yeah.
But again, a guy who was, 2 seasons ago getting jerked around, DH, outfield, first base, third base, like not getting consistent at bats. So then because of that, a young guy, like how you get momentum, didn't look great, sent back down, looked to be a bust, seizes an opportunity here and takes advantage of that.
Yep.
And you got to respect that. You got to imagine Vientos working hard. You better not fucking lose that fire, bud, because in the offseason, you better keep working.
Yeah, we need him.
We desperately need
him to keep delivering like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
because him right now, the way he was playing postseason, regular season, third baseman, like that's our fucking guy. I love that role. You got to replace some guys in the outfield. Obviously, you fucking offer Soto as much money as you can. If I'm the Mets organization, because Harrison Bader fucking sucks.
Yeah, he can't. Those guys like that just can't stay.
They just can't stay.
They can't.
And it's like it's cute. You make a couple good plays in the outfield. You had some clutch hits, but where were you in the postseason, bud? You were fucking gone.
Yeah.
And then Marte, it's like, where's the health there?
Yeah.
Although he's such a fucking funny guy. Because it's like he was helpful in the postseason. He's running hard all of a sudden. He's hitting the ball all of a sudden. He's just like that guy where it's like he's old. He still got it, but he's old. So the regular season, he's like, I'm gonna fucking just jog it through. And then it's all these are meaningful. It's September and August. All right, I'll fucking wake up a little bit.
I think like when in the summer, whenever we talked about him, it was like the lack of care.
Yeah.
And you always emphasize, he doesn't care. It's whatever. It's
and you see it,
season.
And
down the stretch, he was like
diving,
locked in.
Yeah.
Like
digging out plays. Like he's grinding out the third and he's sprinting as hard as he can. But it's interesting to see. I mean, again, he always has some type of lower body injury.
Yeah.
So it's like how, like, again, like he's got to be healthy, he's got to be hot, but I've hated the Mets outfield for as long as I can remember, honestly. Like get somebody good, reliable, who's fast, and is a solid hitter, and is a good outfield. I just want someone who can throw the ball too.
Yeah.
Like I want someone who can fucking throw a rocket like to home from right field.
Yeah.
And throw somebody out like on a rope.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that from a Met outfielder in like at least 7 years.
Yeah.
Come on, man. But obviously, we'll see what happens for the Mets. But do we have any comments here? Do we have any comments? It's been a little while.
We have 11 new comments.
All right, so let's get to 11 new comments.
Let's see. We'll start right here.
Start right there. Mary, my mother Okay, forget those Yankees. The Mets will be back. Yes, Mom. Like I said, real Joan Pace in here. The Mets, they have a lot to look forward to next season, but a lot to work on. I didn't even talk about the pitching. About free agents.
Yeah, that's going to be a whole nother story too.
Like, what are we doing, dude?
Yeah.
Senga's your ace. Figure it out. Peterson, what's he looking like? Great year. Is it going again? McGill, I think, could be a free agent. Is he a free agent?
I'm not sure. A long list of free agents.
A long list of free agents. So, I think McGill's up there. I don't want him. Get out of there.
Yeah.
Retool the bullpen.
Please.
Get some different guys in the rotation. I would not sign Severino again. I don't care.
I don't know about that.
Regular season solid, postseason not great. And it's like you're betting on another year of him. And it's like, what are you really betting on?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
All right, I'm not confident in him.
I don't know. Put those funds towards Mania.
Exactly, dude. Yeah, get it to someone else.
Yeah.
We got Matthew Ryan back in the house here. Michael Buckta. He says? I don't want Boone as a manager. Listen, I hate to break it to certain Yankee fans here, but there's no way Boone's going anywhere. There's no way Cashman's going anywhere. Like, you're shot. Obviously Boone lost you game 1, I suppose. And he's still a fucking asshole. But not for nothing, Jazz, Cashman, bringing in Jazz, bringing in Soto. Obviously the signing of Judge as well. You can credit Hal with that if you want. But not for nothing. Cashman didn't really have a bad year as GM.
Not really. He put them in the best position to succeed.
He put the best team he could on the field, during the season. At the end of the day,
mid-season too, getting Jazz, and I thought that was a really good pickup.
That was huge.
Yeah.
I've never been a fan of Jazz because I think he has a poor attitude, and he was hurt a lot with Miami.
Yeah.
But he has the personality and the level of play for New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that was a great get. What else we got? My mother. What does she say? What does my mother say? The Dodgers deserve to win. They did. That's why they won. At the end of the day, whatever. Yankees made amateur mistakes. My mother says they weren't paying attention. That is what that was, Mom. You hit the nail on the head there. That first pitcher carried the game. That was Cole right there. Yankees got confident as usual. This is, of course, my mother, a lifetime of experience here watching Yankee baseball. So Josh B also says that was a terrible, terrible strike call on Verdugo. In the 9th inning, the first strike call, the first pitch strike called. I guess so. At the end of the day, Verdugo could have a better at bat. Jimmy Buckta, F the Dodgers. He says, Josh B, Ohtani wasn't pitching. That's another thing too. Yeah. Ohtani wasn't even pitching. For them to navigate that. Think about it, dude. Next year to the Dodgers, Ohtani will be pitching.
Yeah.
How long? How healthy? You never know. You imagine that shoulder. All will be good with him. Glasnow will be healthy. Kershaw will be in the rotation. Buehler will be fully healthy for the whole season. What the fuck?
It's gonna get scary.
It's gonna get really scary.
Yeah.
Although I will say though, much like this year, that's every year.
Yeah.
The Dodgers, for as long as I've lived, they're stacked. But then it's like, come the regular season. Ohtani's shoulders hurt.
Yeah.
Glasnow pitches the first game, back spasms. He goes on the IR, and then Kershaw pitches for a month. He goes on the IR. And that has been their story. So it's I know on paper it's going to look kind of crazy. If they stay healthy, it will be crazy. But are they going to stay healthy? Also, we have Jason in the house. Jason says Soto 11 years, $500 million. That's interesting. Do you think that the Yankees will offer Soto a contract that's more than Judge?
That's gonna be tough. I don't know.
I don't know, dude.
I think I don't know. I really don't, because I feel like they're so equal in what they can bring to the table. But I don't know, man. Because it's gonna get interesting when Soto starts to get leverage, and that's the difference. I feel like, because Judge, I felt like he was always gonna be a Yankee, and the Giants offered him a boatload of money, but I felt like he wanted to be a Yankee. I don't know if Soto really wants to stay there. I feel like he does, but you never know.
You never know. His manager is Boris.
Yeah.
So Boris is gonna be holding out. Classic Boris move. You want to look at what Snell and Montgomery were doing, like they were holding out for more money. The only difference is here Soto can bring in more money.
Yeah.
So I mean, Jesus Murphy, like this is gonna be a long-standing storyline, I think, across the offseason.
Yeah.
Like you said, like Soto is gonna have leverage on the Yankees. Whereas Judge, like everyone knew, like Judge belonged in New York. It's kind of where he should stay. So I don't know. And I would think that Aaron Judge is the type of person, whereas if he saw Soto getting offered more money, I don't think he'd be like, what the fuck? He'd be like, well, we got to offer him what we have to offer him to get him.
Yeah.
Like we need him on the team. And I could be wrong. But I also think, Soto would be the type of player who's like, Yankees got something good going. I should probably stay here. Which also, like you said, we don't know what he's thinking. We never know. He's definitely going to want a lot of money.
Yeah.
We probably know that.
He deserves it for sure.
But I think, Jason, that would be an offer that would lock in Soto to the Yankees. I can't see other teams topping that. And a lot of teams probably wouldn't even offer that to Soto. They would probably offer something what Judge got.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more. Maybe like $45 million a year for 10 years, which again is maybe like 11,500 is probably like divvied up a little differently. But I can see Yankees doing 10 years, $500 million as well, to be honest. Like that $50 million a year to break that echelon. I mean, that's just with the way these contracts are going.
Yeah. It's insane.
It's astronomical.
Yeah. Like more money than I can ever fathom.
Like $500 million.
Yeah. It's insane.
It's kind of fucking ridiculous. How old is Soto? 24? No,
he's
27.
He's definitely a little older.
27?
Somewhere. I feel like mid-20s.
25? I said 24, Zach. So it's not like, you're like, no. It's 26.
26.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're getting him for the prime.
Yeah, I mean, this is it, dude.
Yeah.
11 years, have him until he's 37, and he's probably still going to be solid,
Yeah.
What did Josh B say here? The strikeout in the 7th question mark. Oh, strikeout in the 7th. This is no cap sport. I mean, listen, you can blame those umps all you want. That ump, called some strikeouts in favor or strikes in favor of the Yankees as well. It is kind of weird though. I forget who was telling me, I think it was one of my students, to be honest, telling me that the umps that they put in the World Series were like low-ranking umpires across the MLB.
Really?
Like you would think they would bring in
like
umps
the
in the top 5, like in terms of accuracy and whatnot.
Yeah.
Barring like, this guy is from the Bronx or because they don't do, whatever.
Yeah.
But it was like, like this guy is like 37th, 54th, and it's like in terms of like accuracy, and it's like, it's
not great.
Kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like, why would you pick those guys?
Yeah.
But I mean, listen, I don't think the officiating was really that bad. There were some bad calls, no doubt.
Yeah.
And then Josh B, he hates it. Terrible umps, kind of disgraceful. Yeah, both ways. I mean, again, I think at the end of the day, for me, I mean, there's no excuse on why like you should have bad umps.
Yeah, in the World Series.
Exactly, in the World Series. Like, there's really like not like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
But also, I mean, they were like the strike zones that they called were consistent during the World Series. So it's like, I didn't really see like one pitch called the ball and the same pitch next inning called the strike. I didn't really see that. So I mean, that's one thing I always look at, I guess. But nonetheless, dude, that really wraps up the MLB season here. MLB season here. And I mean, honestly, I don't even know who was the MVP. Was it?
It was
Freeman? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, who else? I mean,
who else is right, dude? There's really nothing else you could really talk about there.
Yeah.
What do you think overall?
I think the Dodgers were one of the more complete teams I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, especially, I mean, I think the Yankees kind of put up a fight towards the end there. The Mets did the best they could. But when you come out of the NL and you're battle tested from pretty much the beginning of the postseason on, I mean, you're playing the Padres to start. So it's like,
dude. And you're
already.
Did they beat them in 7? There wasn't 7. Yeah, they had to force the game 7, 1 game 6, 1 game 7. Yep.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
And keep going. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no worries. I don't know. I just think like that combined with the fact that, in my opinion, the NL West was the hardest division in baseball this year.
Yeah.
So they've been battle tested all year, and it's funny. I talked to my brother about it, and my brother's not a big Dodgers guy, obviously, because we're Mets fans. But
right, yeah, of course.
I was like, I don't know. I just felt different about them this year. I felt like they could really go deep and make a run just because of Ohtani adding another element. And like, I don't know, just 1 through 9, really. They have
ridiculous.
They have weaker guys, but they're a ridiculous lineup. And
I
mean, even against the Yankees, it's like they're still a ridiculous lineup if you're comparing them.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is crazy.
And those people that were like, "Oh, Ohtani's never played meaningful baseball in September."
Yeah, but that's
like, are you dumb,
the
dude?
Angels were a dumpster fire.
No, exactly. That's what I mean. Like they were like, "Oh, like he doesn't know what this experience is like." Like first of all, like shut the fuck up, because it's like pressure is pressure. It's how people deal with it. He can deal with it fine. And then it's also like he's been like yearning for the experience of postseason baseball since he's been in the MLB. Like, are you kidding me? He's relishing this opportunity.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't do so well, but still, he did well enough.
Yeah.
To get his team to win. So yeah, I think you said it really well. What did you think about the broadcast here for Fox Sports here?
I personally like the way Fox does the broadcast in terms of, cutting cameras and things like that. Graphics, I think they always do really good.
Yeah, graphics are cool.
I think the problem is with the announcing, and I feel that way about ESPN too. I mean, I'm biased because I think we're spoiled with SNY.
Absolutely.
I still think they're like the best to do it right now. But I don't know. I just feel like they push a lot of narratives and like they want a certain team to do better, and you can kind of feel it a little bit underneath. Like I felt like that with the Mets a lot. Like I was like, well, if the Phillies just get something going here, it's like you're like rooting for the Phillies a little bit. You know what I mean?
Dude, last night, I mean, John Smoltz is a guy who is like does not want the Yankees to win.
Yeah.
Which is whatever. We know history, whatever. But it's like it's the 6th inning and the Yankees are up 7-6, and he's talking about Freddie Freeman getting the World Series MVP.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
I don't know. The game's not over.
And then I think it was maybe game 2 or something where either Joe Davis or Smoltz was going on and on about this fucking history lesson.
Yeah.
And I have nothing, dude. I'm all for the history, historical franchises, Dodgers, Yankees. I love to know factoids and whatnot, but it's like time and a place. And when there's the play has been going on, and he's just going through the years, and I'm like, dude, like, what do you like? Stop, like, announce the game.
I know,
like, this isn't like a fucking like this isn't just your time to talk.
I think that's what really bothers me about ESPN, because I feel like they do everything they can to not focus on the game.
Right.
Like everything is about, and I think that player interviews are cool and stuff like that, but like sometimes they hang on to it for so long, and you're like, dude, the camera's not even on the game.
Yeah.
Like there's a game going on.
Like,
you know what I mean?
I don't want to see like a double box for a half inning of an interview and then the game. It's small. Like, I'm not here for that, dude.
Yeah.
Again, the in-game interviews, like, it was dope when standing at that home run and they're interviewing Boo. Like, that was kind of wild.
Yeah, that was cool.
Like for moments like that.
But that's quick too. Like
exactly,
that's like a quick interview.
That's
with Boone.
two questions
fine.
In and out.
Yeah.
That's a concise segment, like well produced.
Yeah.
We don't like. That's it. That's all you need, dude. You know. Like there's no like they do drag on segments, and Smoltz and Davis has got to go.
Yeah.
I honestly I would love to see Ron, because Ron obviously has been doing postseason.
Yeah, and does a great job.
He does a great job. Dude.
Yeah.
I love Ron Darling. A lot of people do. And then I don't know. I mean, he's someone who I think can look at the game and does, especially on the SNY broadcast, because Keith Hernandez is just he's himself.
Yeah.
He's obviously like
he's the personality.
Yeah. But he's also like, I don't care. Like I'm rooting for the Mets here. Like this is the Mets thing, you know?
Yeah.
Ron Darling, you can tell the way he conducts himself. It's very much like just broadcaster, you know?
Unbiased.
Like he's unbiased.
Yeah.
He tells you what he sees.
Yep.
He uses his knowledge of the game to kind of talk about what's going on. And that's why that's why he commentates for the postseason.
Yes.
Like, because he can do that. He
Yeah.
can take himself away from fandom or whatever.
Yeah.
Keith does not do that.
No.
And clearly John Smoltz does not do that either.
No.
At least when it comes to the Yankees.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and I don't think Davis does either, because Davis, another guy seems like he doesn't want the Yankees to win.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, Buck was all right, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people gave him a hard time. I didn't think he was too bad. I mean, I didn't like him at first, but I think as time went on, I came to appreciate him for what he did for Fox, like on both sides with football and baseball.
Yeah,
so.
I think you're right. I think over time you do appreciate like kind of what's going on. And then, I think I love Ken Rosenthal. Just like what a nice guy he is, dude.
Yeah.
I bumped into him a few times at the MLB Network.
Oh, nice.
Like down to earth, chill, respectful human being. Love that guy. Verducci, same deal.
Yeah.
Professional as hell. Does his job very well.
Yeah.
They both do. They're on the field reporting again, doing those interviews. They know the deal. Concise. Couple questions. Back to you. Let's get into the game.
Yeah.
Like phenomenal work, dude.
Yeah, definitely.
So I mean, and having them on both sides too, to toss to during the pregame, quote from Roberts, quote from Judge here. Like they're doing their job, dude. But by playing color, gotta figure something out there.
Yeah. Gotta change.
Yeah, and I guess we'll see. Honestly, dude, like a lot of times I find myself in the car listening to like the Yankees radio cast.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm gonna break out his name right now. That's so bad. Why am I blanking on the Yankees radio reporter? Josh B's gonna just ring me up by fucking Doris and John Sterling. Fucking Susan Waldman. Sterling, never get enough of him, dude. Honestly, in my opinion. Kind of wild. Same thing with Howie Rose too.
Yeah,
both of them.
I love Howie.
The both of them. I never get enough. I don't care that Sterling was kind of losing it, and like not calling like the right plays, or like oh my, this ball is hit. It is way back. It's caught shallow right field. But again, like the whole everything else, everything about John Sterling is phenomenal. Everything about Howie Rose is great.
Yeah.
Like they're just grade A, top tier class acts, dude.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, as we just we just an hour and 17 minutes into the show, dude. That's wild. What you good for everything else? You got anything else you want to talk about for baseball? Let's go Mets.
Yeah, let's
That's
go
really
Mets,
dude.
I hope that things pan out in free agency and we have a lot of decisions to make, and it's going to take some time, and they've been very quiet about it, so we're kind of left in the dark. But I mean, I have faith that they'll make the right choices. So
I hate that we're left in the dark so much.
Yeah.
But hey, all right, we have a few months away here from pitchers and catchers 2025 season. But yeah, dude, I mean, it's going to be an interesting off season, and it is next year. I mean, oh my God, it just feels like for so many teams, it's going to be like actually like World Series or bust.
Yeah.
Like for the Mets, honestly, you kind of like big off season.
Yeah.
Let's get back to the CS.
Yeah.
For the Yankees, obviously, you're like big off season. Like let's get back to the World Series. And then if you're the Dodgers, you're like big year. Like healthy team, let's run it back.
Yeah.
And then the Padres are hungry. Like who knows about what the Royals are gonna be looking like too. Like the AL Central may be like, yo, we got a little taste for blood. Let's run that shit back.
Yeah.
And then of course, the Orioles are gonna be in play. The Phillies, same deal, got the taste. Where the Brewers are gonna be looking like Yelich, the back injury, the back surgery coming back next season. Yeah. What are we doing, dude? Like the storylines are gonna be outrageous for next year.
Yeah. There's a great crop of teams that are going to make a run. And I think, like you said, like they got the taste. So it's like now like a smaller team to me, like the Royals is going to be, they have the star power to go farther. I think they really put up a good fight against the Yankees. And so We'll see.
Absolutely. And it's interesting. I think it could be one of those other years too, where it's like we don't see many teams with 100 wins in the win column.
Yeah.
Just because of all the competitiveness.
Yeah.
But speaking of competitiveness, excuse me, we may or may not have a competitive football game here tonight. So let's go toss now to the world of the National Football League.
He wants Jefferson, climbs the ladder. Oh my goodness! Justin Jefferson, the catch of his life.
Burrow fires, intercepted, picked off at a pick six. Mika Fitzpatrick, an absolute ball hawk.
Niners twist up front and get to Tagovailoa. Bosa again. Mahomes escaping on the move, stops, spins, flips it forward for the touchdown.
Stop it.
Aaron Jones. Oh, what a tackle! Quincy Williams with a pile driver.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Here we have a very sweet little NFL segment we're going to get to here as Week 9 gets kicked off tonight. Amazon Prime Video here, 8:15 p.m. We have Texans at Jets in New Jersey, the Meadowlands, East Rutherford. Which is kind of interesting. I feel like East Rutherford has been getting a lot of primetime games this year between the Giants and the Jets, the Monday nights, the Thursday nights, kind of wild. The Sunday nights even as well, which is fine, good for them. But Texans here, I mean, I really can't believe it. Texans here are 6-2. Okay, Jets here are 2-6, and you want to look at the stat line here. On the spread, the Jets are -2. On the money line, they're -130.
I guess because of the injuries with the Texans. I mean,
I
Diggs
guess
is
so.
out, Collins is still out.
Yeah. Diggs is going to be out. Pierce obviously out. Looks like Jimmy Ward, their safety. Al-Ashir will be out as well. Al-Shair. But I mean, so what?
Yeah, I don't know. I
don't know, dude. Kind of is it is it like a Vegas trap game?
I don't know.
Because it got to be, honestly, this game has got me into all sorts of crisscross applesauce pretzeled over here. Because I have, I got Adams, I got Rodgers as well as Alan Lazard on my fantasy team. But I'm gonna drop Alan Lazard because whatever. But it just makes me think are they gonna go off right now? Is this what people are thinking?
I mean,
there's no way. I'm not gonna fall in this trap. I did that last week, and because I started Rodgers, I fucking lost. Because Jalen Hurts got 35 points.
Yeah.
So fuck me, right? But look at this game here, and I don't know, man. Not for nothing, the Jets are just fucking dead in the water, dude. I mean, Diggs is out, which also is tough. Torn ACL.
Yeah.
You know whose fantasy team he's on? My fantasy team. So actually, wait a minute. I'm probably not dropping Alan Lazard. I'm probably starting Alan Lazard now tonight. Totally forgot about that. He's on my fantasy team. God damn it, dude. But regardless here, big loss. Diggs, though, this year, you look at his stats. He's been consistent through these games. He is adding. No doubt it's Diggs, a target on the field, something to worry about if you're a defense. And again, he's getting yards, he's getting touches, he's getting receptions here. So, obviously that will be someone that they are missing. But 3 receiving touchdowns, 496 yards here, 47 receptions. So obviously a lot of targets, a lot of receptions, like I said. But I feel like, first of all, CJ Stroud is the kind of quarterback that can, throw to anybody.
Yeah.
And then it's with the way the defense has been playing for the Jets, it seems like they're going to waltz into the end zone. So it's what the fuck are we talking about here, Zach? Right? How do you see anything other than a complete, utter blowout?
I don't know. I think the only thing that limits the Texans is their injuries.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. But I still don't think that's enough to me to, really fix the, what's going on with the Jets right now.
If you had $200 right now, who are you putting it on? For the money line?
Texans.
Yeah, and they're plus money.
And they're not favored. So
they're not favored.
Yeah.
You put $200 on, you'll win what, 260? Like, are you kidding me, dude?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. The Jets look lifeless to me. I mean, watching last week's game was just, I mean, as a fan, I really wouldn't feel optimistic about anything going forward. I feel like it's been a mess, but yeah.
I mean, to lose, 5 games in a row here, and last week to lose to the Patriots in that fashion, Jacoby Brissett. I mean, it was so embarrassing.
Yeah.
And I mean, you scored 22 points, which is like one of the highest scoring games you've had. Actually, it is. No, scored 24 against the Titans. But regardless, it is one of the highest scoring games that you've had as an offense against the Patriots defense that is, I don't know, not that great. And I mean, obviously, the Texans just all around better team. And I mean, they give up points, they definitely rely on offense to win games. But I mean, I really can't see the Jets scoring more than 21 points. And that is probably their upper echelon. And there's no way the Texans are going to not score at least like 27 points, I feel.
Yeah.
Again, injuries, I understand, are limiting their offense. But I mean, they still have a solid run game. They still have CJ Stroud, 11 throwing touchdowns, only 4 interceptions, almost 2,000 yards through the air, efficient, better stats than Rodgers have. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You got Mixon.
Mixon's been a beast.
Mixon's been a beast.
Yeah.
A lot better than Breece Hall has been, or even Allen, obviously getting the most touches there. Nico Collins is possibly playing, right? I would imagine he is playing, right?
I read something that he's back next week, but I don't know. Maybe his recovery's been going well. I saw because I have him on a few of my fantasy teams. I need him back.
Ooh, first eligible against the Lions.
Yeah, I need him back bad.
That is tough, dude. That they don't have Nico Collins either. Fuck.
Yeah,
but still, I just don't. Then what is this game going to be? It's going to be 7-10. Jets win, if that.
I know that's.
Like, is that how they're going to have to win? Is that how they're going to have to win?
I guess.
Like, rely on defense to shut down. But the defense sucks, dude.
Yeah.
The defense sucks now. All right. I don't care. Hassan Reddick, he started last week. Oh, he sucked. He didn't do anything last week.
Yeah.
And I don't care. Oh, like, he hasn't been playing. Give him some. What the fuck, man? Like, you should have came in hungry, like ready to go.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, dude?
That whole.
And now you're gonna get you couldn't get past the Patriots. Like, you think you're gonna get past the Texans? No, dude.
No.
How many times? Let's see what Texans. How many sacks are they giving up here? Let's see. Texans. Oh, dude. I mean, I can't imagine that their defense. And I don't know if you saw this like little graphic last week, but obviously their defense under Saleh was great. The last 2 weeks without Saleh, their defense ranked bottom of the league, dude.
Like dead last.
No, not dead last, but like bottom 10 defenses in terms of giving up yards, giving up points.
Yeah.
And then the Jets has been a dumpster fire. It's like the penalties, the lack of discipline.
Yeah.
What the fuck is up with Aaron Rodgers too? It's like, come on, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's making dumb plays.
Yeah.
He looks like he's hurt. Like, he's not making great throws.
He just looks extremely limited to me too. Like, this is not the Aaron Rodgers that you're paying for. It's not.
No,
but, I mean,
it's not.
He's on the back end of his career, and that's what you're gonna get. I mean, he's not gonna be able to do the stuff that he used to do. But I mean, I still think that even if he was sitting back there in the pocket and not, doing these amazing things that he's been able to do in the past, it's like he's still a great football mind. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. I did not see it getting this bad. I really didn't. But I mean, I just think there were some things that they probably should have sorted out before the season. Like, if you weren't confident in Saleh, then you should have made that change before the season. You know what I mean? And gotten somebody more offensive minded if that's what you wanted to do, Yeah,
that's totally right. Allen Lazard, by the way, out.
He's out.
He's out. And he, again, like, I know he's not someone who has a ton of production, but for like someone who knows Rodgers like he was always due for a good catch. Like Rodgers was somebody you can go to.
Yeah.
So without Lazard there, it's one less weapon they have.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, I got to start Adams. And I'm looking at my fantasy team right now.
Yeah.
And I guess, I got to start Dallas Goedert too. He's questionable though. Hamstring. Last 2 games, hamstring injury. Fuck. Tough injuries because like Lazard is out, Diggs is on the IR now, and it's like
dropping like flies this year. I feel like every week some
I know,
goes
dude.
down.
And of course, like I have Kittle, they're on a bye this week. I have Freemuth, they're on a bye this week. Goddard questionable, and it's like I got Jalen Reed as my other receiving position, who's been great for Green Bay, but it's like. Green Bay has got that thing going where like Love will throw to anybody. So it's like Reed is like 1 week he's getting 30 points, next week he's getting like 11.
Yeah,
and it's like fuck.
Yeah.
So it's like how much is that? And then my other receiver is Devontae Adams, and it's like he's just again, it's just I don't know if it's just the Jets, but he comes over, not for nothing. You see fucking DeAndre Hopkins going over to Kansas City, he's making big plays right away. Okay,
yep.
Adams comes over to the Jet, and he's doing nothing.
Yep. And I think with DeAndre Hopkins, it's like night and day. The second he got out of there, I was like, oh, he's not going to be what he was in the past with Houston. But
absolutely not.
I mean, you have Patrick Mahomes, your quarterback.
Yeah.
And he's taking guys off the street and made them, great wide receivers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you have D-Hop.
I mean, oh my, dude, he's going to have a resurgence, dude.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, not even him, but like you're there with Andy Reid.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be so fucking happy to be part of that team, dude.
Yeah, he got out of a bad situation.
No shit.
Really bad situation over there.
So. Oh my god, for fucking Texas.
Yeah.
Or not Texas.
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Yeah. Titans.
Yeah.
Good for him. But I guess I got to do some work here on my fantasy team for sure. Oh gosh, dude. But I'll get to that probably afterwards. Started out 5-0. Actually, I guess I was 5-1, but back-to-back losses. 5-3 now.
Same here. That's exactly what happened to me too.
But I'm in third, so it's fucking. Take it easy. Yeah. All right, dude. I had a couple kerfuffles. I got lost in the Jets trap, dude. Last week, really the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It was like, and then it was like this 2 weeks ago, I was like, you know what? I don't think the Jets really have this one. Because whatchamacallit, 2 weeks ago was what? The Steelers lost, maybe? No, that was the Bills lost. I was like, close game, the Bills, and then I was like, but the Bills are like kind of good. And I was like, man. And then the Adams trade happened. I was like, this is it, dude. Like, they're going to be sick.
I thought
Adams is going off, dude.
Yeah.
Adams will go off. Rodgers will go off. And then they'll have like Lazard on the side, too, to go off with as well as Wilson. It's going to be dope. They start winning games. Yeah. And then back-to-back losses, Steelers, Patriots, back-to-back losses, fantasy. Tony not happy. Literally, like, cut Rodgers right now is what I was thinking, like last week, dude. It was brutal.
Yeah.
But regardless, still got a game here tonight we got to figure out, dude. So it's like you as a fan, you want to kind of press on here. You want to figure it out, even though it looks pretty dim. But let's go. Before I talk to the frenzy, you want to like do the intro of the frenzy? You want me to do the intro of the frenzy and just go into the picks?
Yeah, you can intro. I'll get the music ready.
That's right, dude. So let's go. Cue it up, baby. We have an abbreviated 1 game Thursday Amazon Prime football frenzy. Let's go, baby. New Jersey, God's favorite hell on earth, the Meadowlands here. Jets taking on the Texans. A tale of 2 teams, a tale of 2 records, a tale of 2 tales here. Texans coming in. I mentioned the money line here, plus 110. The spread plus 2. Opened at -1, by the way, which is kind of wild. So clearly people, I guess we're hitting Houston, or they're going to be hitting Houston anyway now. Over under on the total is 42.5. I understand here the Texans, the injuries, the Jets could potentially take advantage. And as I said, the 5-game losing streak here for the Jets, they're due for a win here. And I'm going to say it happens here tonight. I'm a fan here, so I'm betting with the heart. Give me the Jets. They're going to cover the spread, by the way, too. And I'm telling you right now, Lazard is out. I don't care. Devontae Adams is getting more looks. He's more dialed. 1 full week, another full week with the team here, another full week for Hassan Reddick. Rodgers in the locker room earlier this week on Monday was like, yo, Hassan, stop fucking around. This is my team. Hit this Jimmy, and we're going to play some fucking football, baby. Let's go. Devontae Adams, I think he's still living with Rodgers. I think they're still living together right now. So it's going to be fucking prime, grade A. Like I said, Wilson last week, the connection was there, and we're building on that. I think Jets defense probably still fucking bad, even though Hassan Reddick and Moses or Mosley, Morgan Moses, the fucking injuries, whatever, dude. They're going to figure it out. They're going to be in the coattails of Reddick. They're going to make big plays when they need to, just like their offense. Rodgers, 318 through the air, 4 throwing touchdowns. 4 of them. 2 of them to Adams. 1 of them to Wilson. And I guess 1 maybe to Breece Hall. Why not, dude? Why the fuck not? Jets go on. They take the offense. They take the bull by the horn, Zach. Jets win this game. I'm going to say 28-21. Greg Zerloin, not even a fucking field goal the whole game. Extra points, fine. We're not bringing out the field goal unit, not once. Give me Jets. Give me the over. Zach, what do you got here?
I am going to go with the Texans, sadly.
All right.
I think that the Jets start early, get them riled. A nice couple of touchdowns here. 1 to Adams, 1 to Wilson in the first half. The Texans only get 1 to Tank Dell. We go into the half 14-7. Third quarter, trade field goals, 17-10. And then I think in the fourth, the Texans come back. Another touchdown to Tank Dell. Big day for him. I think that there's really nobody else to throw to right now. And I think Joe Mixon also has a great day as well on the ground. Give me the Texans. And what was the over-under?
42.5.
So I would be...
What was your final score?
I think it was the traded field goals in the third. And then I think 21-17.
Yeah, that's under.
Yeah,
21-17.
And the under. Okay.
And just like that, that is your Thursday Amazon Prime edition of the Football Frenzy, dude. I mean, a man can dream over here, can he? I just think that, like you said, Tank Dell, big day. I mean, I think the Texans are still going to find ways to score. Stroud's going to scramble, and god damn it, dude, they could not contain any QB, no matter who it was last week. Brissett, Drake May were running for fucking 12 yards when they scrambling. Like, come on, dude. It's abysmal over there. But regardless, we had any comments? Because I get the comments kind of cut off here. I hope Jay Bird's still in the house. No, he's not, dude. What do we got? We got a lot. We got Josh B in the house. No Cap Sport, and then Jason in there. Then Michael Theophil. Was Michael Theophil the most recent one? John Sterling. Yes. I know. I can't believe I forgot that name. It's early morning or a long week, dude. Honestly, that's baseball. Susan, dude. Yeah, Susan. She's all right, dude. She talks a little too much, but then again, Michael Theophil. What does he have? Competitiveness. All right, Michael. And he says, what did he say? Something fun tonight? Season turns around tonight for the Jets. And then what does he say after that? Quote me. Michael Theophil says, yes, Josh. The mortgage, dude. Bet the mortgage on the Jets. The fact that they're fucking favorited, Michael, is outstanding. Like one of the more ridiculous things I think I've seen in terms of a betting line, and it freaks me out. But at the same time, I mean, Mike, we're not starting Rodgers. We cannot start Rodgers, dude. Adams, we're gonna have to by default, but I'm not starting Aaron Rodgers over Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, they're playing the Jags, okay? And I feel like, the Eagles just fucking undressed the Bengals last week. The Jags, I'm sorry, but the Jags are not good. So it's like you got to put in Hurts. Josh B, LMAO, and he says, what? What does he say after that? Joe Mixon going to run all over us. That's a fact. That's a fact. Up the middle, dude. And he says, What after that? No, like what? Oh, no, Nico, Tank Dell. Yep. And Tank Dell is a motherfucking force. So yeah, dude. So it's gonna be an interesting, Amazon Prime NFL game. I'm definitely looking forward to watching it in my Halloween costume, whatever the Halloween costume may be. I think the Murmurs. I think we got it on Smart House. You ever watch Smart House?
I have not. No.
Disney Channel original movie from, honestly, I don't even know if it is the 90s. Now that I'm thinking about it, I want to say it's 99. Because there's no way it's anything earlier than that. 97, no way, because I would have not. Yeah, 99. Okay, so we just get in there. Because I was thinking like maybe it's early 2000s. But we're going to this Halloween party thing. It's 90s Disney themed. So like we got to, dress up as 90s Disney themed, which I'm very happy I'm invited to. But it does, limitations.
Yeah.
And for me, like for some reason, this Halloween specifically, I was excited to like go like scary. Like let's go like nighttime, Mike Myers in the jumpsuit with a knife, dude. But instead we're gonna go Smart House. Great movie, by the way. It's kind of like the Terminator, but if it was like G-rated and just like held within a home instead of the entire world being taken over.
Yeah.
I forget the fucking storyline, but it's like typical dad with the kids, great home. He has a great job, great family, beautiful home in suburbia, the fucking cul-de-sac with the kids and whatever. Mom dies.
This is a Disney movie?
This is a Disney movie, but no, the mom is already dead, or she had left, whatever. The mom had passed away.
Gotcha.
The sad part. And the dad obviously has to focus on now being the sole provider for the kids. So he has the job. He's a great job, a great dad. But obviously like looks for a woman, like needs someone around the house to take care of the kids because he's working so much. And so I think it's either because of the company he works for or just because of whatever, but they become a trial run family for this new like home AI technology that can, like be like a maid, like a mom,
Yeah.
And then this AI, again, just like Skynet in Terminator, the AI slowly realizes like, oh, like the reason why the bathroom is dirty is because of the people living in here. I have to get rid of everyone, like that's like, so they like it shuts down the house and they have to like, fuck it have complete control of the house, So that's basically what the premise of the movie is. So it's good. It's a good movie. It's fun. But again, it's like the costumes. It's like, the mother is fucking Peggy Bundy from, I don't know if you know Married with Children, back at Al Bundy.
I don't.
Your dad would know. You ever watch Sons of Anarchy?
I know what it is. My dad is actually a fan of
Oh, okay. So Peggy Bundy was the mom, the biker mom of the main character, like fucking Ron Perlman's wife or however it works.
Yeah.
That's who she plays her. She's like young. She's got that voice, I know in Sons of Anarchy she was like crazy. But yeah, dude. So, it's Renee would be that, would it be her? She's just like dressed up like a whatever. And I guess Mike, I mean, really, I should be the father, I guess, because I look like a father. But then I just wear like a suit with like a tweed tie or something, and then he would be the kid. So like, what are the costumes really? But I think that's what we're going for because it was kind of last minute, and it's like, what do we think about so much for our costume for? Again, like, whatever, dude. Who do you got? We got going on Halloween. You got anything?
I am probably just gonna chill and watch football and.
All right.
Yeah, pretty chill Halloween.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Nothing crazy.
I know it's just Thursday, obviously the weekends things get crazy.
Yeah, I might do something on the weekend, but
you should, dude.
Yeah.
Are you dressing up?
I don't know.
What's like your go-to? Like, like all of a sudden your boy's like, hey, we got a party on Saturday night, we gotta go, and you need a costume. So like, what do you got for me?
I'm chucking a jersey on.
Come on, man.
Putting some eye black on.
Yeah.
It's just the easiest one.
No, it is. It is. I mean, that is the go-to. I would say, I had that in college. I'd be like, like classic, like let me throw my flannel on. Can I borrow a tool belt from somebody?
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you? I'm a freaking lumberjack tool man guy, like whatever. 1 year, oh my God, dude. 1 year I really phoned it in. It's probably my sophomore year. And I just like, it was a busy year for me. Schoolwork. I wasn't focused on Halloween. And then it kind of stuck up on me. And all of a sudden I was like, I had like this hat that had the NASA emblem on it, and I just wore that hat, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm an off-duty astronaut." I just got back from space. Is what I was telling people. People were just like, "You're a fucking idiot." So that was cool. But I guess we'll see what happens. Halloween, the candy, the sweet tooth. And I know the show is just going on forever, dude. Like it's I guess the World Series was a big deal. We did a significant breakdown.
Yeah.
I want to get some hockey, which we can breeze through a little bit. But I guess before that, I want to do a look ahead spot here for NFL Week 9. 1:00. Your Saints are playing the Panthers, dude. Saints 2-6, obviously a rough 6 games here.
Yeah.
Derek Carr back? No,
he's back.
He is back.
Yep.
Panthers 1-7.
Yeah.
What do you think about this game specifically? And then we'll get to the Saints season.
Okay, so this game specifically.
Yeah, let's get to this game specifically.
I mean, we should win. I mean, I still think even given the current state of the team, we're still going to handle the Panthers. I don't think that'll be a problem. But going onward into the rest of the season, that's really my concern. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree there. I mean, if the Panthers aren't anything to write home about by any means, I don't care. I don't know if Dalton will be starting because I know he was out because of the car accident last week, and you had Young in there, I guess. But I mean, if I were the Panthers, I would start Young regardless.
Yeah,
because like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, like what was the point of all this if you're not gonna start him? Because like you're struggling anyways. You know what I mean? At least get him some burn and get him out there.
Struggling
you know what I mean?
mightily. Dude.
Yeah,
It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But I mean, at this point, Saints -7 on the spread, over under 43.5. Do they cover? Are we hitting the over?
It was -7.
7? Yeah.
Yeah, we should
cover that,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, I don't think that'll be a problem.
New Orleans on the money line, -340, dude.
Yeah.
If I gave you $200, put it on the Saints.
Of course.
Really?
Yeah, I can't bet against my own team, even though there's like no value in that whatsoever.
There's no value in that because if you put $200,
I'm probably not even making back what I would put down at all.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're not at all, dude.
Yeah.
Like for every $340, you'd be making 100.
Yeah.
So you're not making $100.
No.
Carolina though, there's a lot of that's a good value bet. Plus 270.
Yeah.
You put $200 on that. What is that? 640?
I believe so. Yeah.
540. Yeah, 540. That's rad.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not telling you don't do it. I mean,
I know, dude, that'd be wild.
given how we've been playing.
That would be crazy. And then the rest of the season here for the Saints, obviously, I mean, I don't know, like pretty tough. And then, upcoming next 3 weeks, all home games, Falcons, Browns, Rams. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, I guess I don't even know because the Browns, it's like, I don't know. And then the Rams are going to be good. They're going to be itching for more wins in 2 weeks as well. And humming more. Nakua's back, dude. And it's like Falcons are a decent enough team. What do you think the Saints end up as a record? They got 2 wins right now.
Yeah.
They got all right. So it's like Panthers win, so they got 3 wins.
Yes.
Falcons win. Carr feels good.
Yeah, if we can. Yeah, sure.
Right.
I'll give them a win there. We'll split with them.
So it's 4 wins. But then maybe Browns. You think they'll win against the Browns? Defense is really tough.
I think their defense is tough, and now they're actually moving the ball because Deshaun Watson is gone.
Yeah, is their backup Jameis Winston?
Jameis.
And who's looking kind of good.
Yeah.
So it says a loss. So we're still at 4 wins, right?
Yes.
Rams loss.
Yes.
Giants win. 5 wins. Commanders loss. At Lambeau loss.
God, we played them there last year too.
Oh
my
tough,
God,
dude. At home against the Raiders, win. So that's 6 wins. Last game in Tampa against the Bucks.
A loss.
Probably a loss. So you're looking at, was that 6-11, 6-12?
Yep. And then hopefully we can begin to rebuild this team because I don't know. I've just lost my patience with it. I just want to move forward, and our ceiling when healthy is 500 in my opinion. I just don't think that we crack the ceiling that these teams do. So I don't know.
Derek Carr, I know he's back, but I mean, he's got a career just riddled with injuries and just like crazy like cultures and the teams that he's had and shit. So it's
yeah.
Do you like draft a quarterback?
I want to draft a quarterback.
Like draft a good quarterback, a
Yeah.
young quarterback, and let him just fucking learn.
Yeah.
And take your time, dude.
Yeah. And I think it sucks because it's like, I never want to see us, do bad.
Right.
But if this was 1 year earlier, we'd be in a great
Mhm.
QB class and
Yeah.
we would have a different story. I mean, I don't know how good the QB class is going to be this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
So
never
it's-
keep track of
yeah.
that sort of stuff, but I mean, just get a young guy and then like,
Yeah.
not for nothing, dude. Like, why don't you just make Drew Brees like your offensive coordinator or something?
Yeah. Boost morale a little bit.
Boost morale. And then again, imagine like you have a young quarterback coming in and Drew Brees is the one calling plays for him. You know,
Yeah.
like he's going to draw up plays for his strengths. And Drew Brees, obviously, a great quarterback, history of the Saints, and a quarterback that overcame like being short.
Yeah.
That's like he wasn't a guy built to be a QB.
No.
He like forced himself to be a quarterback in the NFL. Like he worked his ass off to be a quarterback and a damn fine one.
Yeah.
So I mean, if that guy came like a good quarterback out of a young, recent college graduate, like then who the fuck can,
Yeah. I agree.
So I don't know, man. I mean, obviously a lot to be desired there for the Saints, just like the Jets. But we'll find out what happens with the Jets here tonight. And I guess just real quick, we don't have to go to the world or anything, but I just want to run down some hockey scores
Gotcha.
as we're approaching the 2-hour mark here, which is just phenomenal, dude. I mean, there's so much sports going on. I mean,
I know.
it's going to be tough though, because baseball now is over.
It's over. Yeah.
And that run we had of just great baseball, hockey starting, football starting, basketball started as well.
Yeah.
It's been great, dude.
Yeah.
It's been great. But last night around the hockey league, a couple games here to our surprise. Blue Jackets blanked the Islanders 2-0. Elvis Merzlikins getting the shutout there, 26 saves there. Varlamov doing well, 24 saves and 26 shot attempts. But obviously, like the Islanders have been no fucking offense, dude. And then what do we got for what's up, Michael? We got some comments, dude. Let's get some comments, dude. I'm down to stop around, whatever. Give us some comments. Josh B in the house. Anything new from Josh B? Tank Dell? No. I thought you said Taco Bell for a second. Josh B loves that Taco Bell, dude. What do you think about Taco Bell? You a Taco Bell guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Crunch wrap.
Yeah, the crunch wrap. I haven't had it in a while. I went through like a phase where I was like
ripping it.
I was ripping it.
Yeah,
and then I
dude.
kind of was like, all right.
Let's dial it back a little bit.
Yeah.
I could rip some tacos. I can probably eat like 30 tacos right now. I'm not gonna lie, starving.
The party pack.
The party pack. Yes, dude. But what about Michael here? Single dad. Oh, he's doing.
He's
Yep.
talking about the movie.
Yeah. So it says single dad, and then what else after that? Kid sees he needs help. Enters the contest for the smart house. Okay. Michael wins. They enter the home. Creative smart house. Right. I think it was a woman, or he or she. Maybe he is into and eventually end up together. Oh, it was the girl, the blonde hair girl. I knew it, dude. With the smart house, we'll make happy family after he goes AI crazy, going yep, crazy through of course, yep, crazy, constant, classic, yep. And then what did you say? He wants to be the kid for sure, Michael. All right, dude. Don't say any more about that. But yeah, dude. I mean, I guess maybe after this, I'll go to Goodwill. I'll find myself like a stupid sport jacket that's made of some type of a cloth.
Yeah.
Because I was like I'm envisioning his outfits, and it was like very earthy tones, tan and green and burgundy, and just very like honestly, he probably like the house is probably in Easton somewhere, like in a nice rural area. Fucking yeah, where are your kids? Well, they go to Fairfield, Notre Dame, or something, or whatever that Easton Country Day School. Yeah, I gotta put my kids through Easton Country Day School. They don't know how to farm and be, whatever. Whatever, dude. The Jets, one Jet team that's fucking good. The Jets, Winnipeg, that is, who are 9-1 in the year so far. Absolutely ridiculous. Kyle Connor, another goal and 2 assists here. Nick Pionk coming from the D-man himself, 2 goals. Gabriel Velarde. Remember that fucking name. Remember me, this face, saying that fucking name. Because I've been hot on Velarde for probably 3 or 4 seasons now. When he was on the Kings, Italian, let's fucking go, dude. If he's Italian, I'm not sure. I just go off the Velarde. I mean, that's got to be Italian,
Sounds
dude.
like it. Yeah.
But he's a centerman, third liner, gets traded from the Kings to the Jets. I say Kings, you fucked up because they traded him for it's not John. No. It's oh my God, who the fuck is that guy? Someone with a B. Byfield, Quentin Byfield. I think they traded for, which Byfield. I'm hoping he does well for the Kings this year. I hope he does well for himself. But Gabriel Velarde was a great third line guy for the Kings, and they needed him last year when they're making a push for the playoffs. But the Winnipeg Jets had him, and they go to the playoffs, but then they exit early. But now they have him, and Velarde, huge year for him from the third line. I'm telling you right now, great centerman. Let's go good for the Jets, bad for the Red Wings. They're drop to 4-5 now. Across the league here, Lightning battling back against the Avalanche. Nikita Kucherov, a goal and 2 assists. But wait, Jake Gensel, 2 goals on his own for the Lightning. That does it. Vasilevsky, Lightning improved to 7-3 now. Avalanche dropped to 5-6. What are the Avalanche doing? We'll see. Long season ahead of themselves. The Utah Hockey Club extinguished the Calgary Flames last night by the score of 5-1, scoring 2 goals in the first and second consecutively here. 1 in the third. That gives them 5. Flames only scored once there. Connor Ingram, happy to be playing in Utah, not in Arizona. 30 saves on 31 shot attempts. Good for Ingram. Also, by the surprise, speaking of the Kings, Kopitar and the boys take care of business on the back-to-back against a phenomenal Golden Knights team. They beat them in regulation 6-3, netting 2 goals apiece in each period. You had 1 coming from Kopitar, 1 coming from Kempe, each with assists on other goals as well. So obviously, great job there by the Kings on the back-to-back. They're 6-3-2. The Golden Knights go to 7-3-1. The Devils last night blank the Canucks 6-0, Michael. Obviously there, Jacob Markstrom, a goalie they acquired in the offseason from Calgary, actually, netting dividends here. 20 for 20 on the saves here, getting the shutout. I believe it's his first of the season. Could be second, but I think it's his first. Jacob Markstrom, by the way, too. The Devils, another team, 2 years ago, I was saying they're going to be really good. Last year, struggled mightily. A lot of sophomore seasons, a lot of follow-up years, where a lot of expectations for players, a lot of young players, a huge goaltending issue, which they seemingly solved. So Devils 7-4-2, beating out the Canucks, who were a powerhouse last season. Watch out for them as we continue to progress there. Thursday night slate is pretty interesting. Oh God, I fucking hate it, dude. We're probably gonna do the frenzy in a couple minutes. Just because it's in front of me. We might as well just do a quick one. Why not, dude? But I am fucking tight. The scheduling with the fucking hockey league is Thursday night. I'm probably going to be out somewhere. I want to watch the Rangers, dude. And they've been off yesterday. They were off yesterday, too, Zach. What are we doing?
How long have they been off?
2 days.
Oh, okay.
But it's normally every other. And it's maybe you want to set up Rangers on a Friday night.
Yeah.
But come on, man. Why can't it be Thursday and Saturday night?
Yeah.
But whatever. Let's keep some music. Let's go around NHL, a spooky NHL frenzy for this Halloween. We're starting October 31st. It's Halloween in America. Does Canada celebrate Halloween? I don't even fucking know. But we're going to Scotiabank, baby. It's Toronto. It's the Leafs. It's the Kraken visiting from Seattle. And let me tell you, boy, Toronto, a lot of water around there. It's a small city surrounded by the water. The Kraken, I think, come in and put their fucking tentacles, Zach, around Toronto, and they smother them, all right? Because the Kraken 5-4-1. But wait, Toronto also 5-4-1. They're known to blow games here. Jason Libertelli, Seattle. Plus 165. I know Jay Bird's a huge Seattle guy. He went there. Mariners, T-Mobile Park. He was there. Let's go Kraken. I'm telling you right now, Jordan Eberle, the hat trick tonight against the Maple Leafs. Maybe Mitch Marner gets 2 assists with the Kraken. McCann 2 and Jared McCann in there. 5 goals through 10 games so far. Give me a 6th here in the season. Kraken suffocate the Maple Leafs. It's fall season. The Maple Leafs are dying. for the winter. Kraken win. I'll say 5-3. So Kraken and the over there. They're plus money, by the way. Let's go now. 7 o'clock here. Philadelphia, Wells Fargo. The Flyers taking on the Blues. Both teams kind of struggling. Blues a little bit better, though, here. I love Jordan Binnington. Solid. Sam Ersson coming off a shutout here. I think he's due for a clunker, though. Give me Binnington. His shutout. First one of the season. Dylan Holloway. 5th goal on the power play. They have a good power play unit. Puchnevich laying the body. A goal assist himself. Blues end up 4-0. Flyers go home early. Sad. Torts is picked. Let's go now. 7 p.m. We're going to Pittsburgh. Battle of the Birds. Zachary, Ducks, Penguins. Anaheim continuing this East Coast road trip. It seems like it's going on forever. They've versed the Devils, the Rangers, the Islanders, beating them most recently 3-1, getting something going here. McTavish, Terry, Dostal. I think the Penguins struggling. It's a team. It's a league of youth. They're a team of old men, dude. Malkin's been good. Raquel, Crosby. I don't care, though. The pay cut, their goaltending issues. Ducks, I think their youthful speed is what beats the Penguins here tonight. Over under 6.5. I think Ducks. I think it's gonna be high scoring. Actually, give me Ducks 6, Penguins 4. Penguins, by the way, are favorites. So Jay Libertelli, you parlay Ducks, Kraken, West Coast teams. So they're plus 155 here. 55. That's right. So excited. Let's go. Give me Ducks winning. 6-3, Ducks and the over there. Next game here. We're checking these games tomorrow. Let me tell you, let's go to Washington. Canadiens taking on the Caps. Caps. I'm talking about a youthful, fast league. Caps right now are defying that. They're old. They're slow. They play a low, old brand of big body hockey. We know about Ovechkin, the big body, Tom Wilson as well. They will be tested here against a young Nick Suzuki, Cole Caulfield, and the Canadiens coming over from Montreal. Do they celebrate Halloween? I don't know, but they're going to get a taste of it in the nation's capital. It's spooky season. Dylan Strome, hat trick, I think. Ovi, 2 goals and assist. Capitals, blank the Canadiens. I'm going to say blank. They win 6-2. Over under for the Caps here, 6.5. That's your over. Caps are favored at minus 200. Canadiens, I don't think, have what it takes. Even though the Caps are kind of due. Fuck it, Zach. I changed my mind here. The night of unders, Canadiens, Suzuki, fuck Dylan Strome. Suzuki has the hat trick. Mountain View does really well. Bounce back game. Caps, fuck you guys. Canadiens in the over. Give me the dog, Jason. Next game, Canes, Bruins in Raleigh, North Carolina. A big vacation destination for Michael Buckta here. But the Hurricanes and the boys here are minus 185 at home against the Bruins. There's a reason for that. Over under 5.5, low scoring, good defense. Shoddy tending, though, by Swayman for the Bruins. Frederick Anderson, 3-1. 1.49 goals against, a 9.41 save percentage. He's on fire. He's a brick wall. I think Bruins maybe net one by Brad Marchand. But I don't know. Hurricanes, they got the bodies. They got the boom. They bring the boom. Give me the Hurricanes. They're winning this game. I'll say 3-2 tight. Hurricanes and your first over of the night here. Moving on. Potentially our final game here. My laptop is fucking frozen. Damn it, dude. No, we're back. We're Predators, Nashville. Oilers, Nashville. I don't care. Oilers 4-5-1 in the year. And they're dogs. They're dogs on the road against the fucking Predators who are 3-5-1. That's disgraceful. Give me Saros. Blanking the Oilers. Second shutout of the year for him. Forsberger, a goal. Ryan O'Reilly, 2 goals and an assist. Draisaitl, a goal and assist for Edmonton. McDavid, nothing. Give me the Predators winning this game. I'll say 3-2. Predators and the under. Let's go now. Last game of your Friday night, capping the night, 10:30. We're going to San Jose, the Toilet Bowl, to end the spooky night of Halloween. The Sharks take on the Blackhawks. Blackhawks 3-6-1. San Jose 2-7-2. Oh. Mackenzie Blackwood and Vitek Vanacek, 2 former Devil goalies playing for the Sharks. Didn't even realize that. Bedard, 9 points, coming off of 3 goals there through these first few games to start the year. But wait, Mikhail Granlund, 13 points there. Tyler Toffoli, red hot right now. Give me 2 goals and an assist. Granlund, a hat trick from him. Bedard puts it 2 on his own. To no avail, though. Sharks in a scoring bonanza. The over definitely hit. Sharks win 7-6. OT winner there for Toffoli. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your NFL, NHL, frenzy. And I am out of breath. And I am starving, dude. So what a frenzy it was. You fucking run the tape back, Josh B and Jay Bird. You place those fucking bets. We'll reconvene tomorrow, and we'll see how we did. I want some of your favorites. But I'm telling you right now, dude, the Kraken in the upset. Give me, the Ducks in the upset as well. And I think the Canadiens in the upset. 2 big dogs for you guys to take. Those are some value bets right there. And I think if you want a surefire win, which honestly, I don't think any of these games really, it's hockey. These matchups are fucking crazy. What do I really know at the end of the day? I know a lot. You fucking look back at the tape. I got some pretty good hockey takes. I got some good records out there. And I don't win them all, but I would say I'm in the plus column. So that's good. Maybe instead of parlaying, you make these bets separately. But I think, honestly, like Jared McCann, anytime goal for the Kraken, as well as Jordan Eberle, good prop bet right there. Dostal, probably tough to do the shutout thing, but anytime shutout for him would be great. Terry or McTavish, anytime goals for them would be dialed in. Canadiens, if they do win, anytime goals, Caulfield, Suzuki, figure it out. So figure that out, And that's that, dude. You watching hockey?
I have here and there.
Yeah.
I think there's been so much on with baseball and football. Like when football starts to calm down, that's when I really start to lock in on basketball and hockey a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
But I've been watching it here and there. I definitely want to get into the Knicks and the Rangers a little more this year separately too, just because I am technically a fan, but I haven't locked in like that.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
Watching the playoffs this past year and stuff really got me back into it. So
good, dude. And yeah, it's interesting you say that too about basketball because we're doing a fantasy basketball league with the company. Mike and I are sharing a team. And obviously Mike knows, way more than me about basketball and the NBA. So like he was kind of like taking the lead on the draft and everything. But it's interesting, dude. Obviously, it's definitely like, it's like baseball every day. You got to be on it, dude. But it's just like, I feel like I don't know what I'm doing, dude. That's really the only problem.
Yeah, fantasy basketball is tough. I've been in a few leagues and it always like fizzles out by like mid-year because like guys don't start their lineups and things like that. I feel like fantasy football is the only thing I've done with my friends where everyone is like locked in throughout the year.
Yeah.
It is fun. It is fun.
It is so much fun, dude. Fantasy hockey is sick. I know Domac is doing fantasy hockey. I wish I was doing fantasy hockey, to be honest, but sorry. By the way, Josh B, that fucking shithead, texted me because we were talking about Taco Bell, and he sends me a picture, and he goes, literally me last night, and it's like some Taco Bell, some type of like, I don't know, gordilla, like platter, quesadilla thing.
Yeah.
But like there's cheese melted on it with sauce, and it looks so fucking good, and I'm so jealous of it. And there's tacos on the side, obviously. And like this could be like for him and his daughters, but it's definitely all for him, dude. That's so funny. Good for you, dude. Fucking wild. As Michael asked me if anyone has, what do you say? Does anyone have? I know he hates when I was talking about the team too on live because like, dude, everyone doing Jay Hoff for NBA. Who the hell is Jay Hoff? Let's look up Jay Hoff. He's like, dude, you tell people our moves, dude. Jay, I imagine he means Jay Huff, the center for Memphis. Memphis just got dogged last night by the Nets. Did they not? And no, Michael, no one has him. No one has Jay Huff. We could definitely use something going on, dude. Josh B says it's called Mexican pizza. Really?
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
They have that?
Yeah.
That's
wild.
wild.
I've never tried it.
Is that like an on the menu item and everything?
Yeah, they do some crazy stuff there. They have like a giant Cheez-It too.
Really?
Yeah, with all the taco stuff.
God damn, I can go for a regular pizza, an Italian pizza right now.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. But regardless, fucking marathon here on a Thursday.
I know.
So I guess that's it, dude. Oh, look, Michael's texting me. I see the bubbles going. Dude, you give it, pick him up. He says, dude, you're giving up our plays out there, dude. But like, he didn't say that yet, but he's gonna say that. I gotta pick him up. I gotta drop somebody then, though. Like, who do I drop? Huff. So pick him up. Then we gotta drop somebody. I think I might drop this guy Banchero. Maybe I'll drop him, dude.
Yeah, he's not that good.
Yeah. He goes, I hear you. I'll tell you. Not online though, dumb butt. No, don't drop Panchero. Oh, I'm kidding, dude. Sorry. I mean, Josh is listening. He probably already picked this guy up. So he's like, oh, bro, pick this up with my fucking Mexican pizza, dude. Dude. Which is kind of funny. But I think that'll pretty much do it here for us. Obviously, tremendous having Zach here on the Thursday. Obviously, you're going back anytime. But love having you consistently on the Thursday. It's been dope, dude. Especially here with O'Brien. I mean, that was huge. Timing really lined up well.
Yeah, definitely.
And this will do it really for downtime for our shows for the day here because it's just a 30 Thursday. And it's, going to be a lot of mischief here tonight. So, everyone be careful out there. If you have kids, take them trick-or-treating. Be careful. The shaving cream fights. I don't know. Do they still do that nowadays?
I don't think so.
Because that was a huge thing in my neighborhood, dude. Like, you wouldn't have a costume. You would cover yourself in shaving cream. And then people would have, like, shaving cream fights where you would throw shaving cream at each other and jump on each other, get shaving cream everywhere.
I'd never heard of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a big deal because, like, and then, like, you go to drugstores, like, shaving cream sold out.
Gone. Yeah.
And then they would stop selling. Like, they wouldn't sell to teenagers.
Yeah.
Because it would be a problem. Like, oh wow, like this store is making money.
Yeah, I know how dangerous.
But people would like put shaving cream in people's cars though, and then like it would like erode the paint.
Oh, gotcha.
And then like people would like get shaving cream in their eyes, and like obviously that's not good.
Yeah.
So I had some shaving cream fights, Just I'm sure has had some, dude. And then get some candy, dude. Have a great safe Halloween. I'll be back here, Sportsport. I think we're doing it tomorrow because we're going to Rhode Island Comic-Con this weekend. I don't know if it's either going to be tomorrow or Saturday. Unconfirmed, I think, still. And I know it's Thursday. You're like, wow, you don't even know. You should probably know. Oh, what? But go watch some scary movies. With some Halloween on in the studio. Omen we got on. Ghost Rider. Let's fucking go, dude. And everyone have a great day. A safe Halloween. And we'll see you back here potentially tomorrow, Sports at 10 a.m. Plan on it, baby. Let's go. None of our teams are playing tonight. Just go watch some fucking sports. Trick or treat, dude.
Mañana.
Yeah, we'll see you mañana. I'm up.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.